So hi guys, we are Penthara Technologies, a Microsoft Gold partner and an IT services company headquartered here in Mohali, Punjab. And Penthara is all about building a career of growth, tech, learning, and impact. And obviously, many of you know me. I'm Sanika Sanay, the creative design director here at Penthara Technologies. A summary about me is I specialize in brand design, user experience design, content, and video. I've graduated as a Bachelor of Engineering CSE in 2021 from West Mumbai. I'm also an award-winning author at YWC 2019 Messim Literati Fest. I've done my graphic design specialization. As you know, I'm not traditionally taught graphic designer. I'm a self-taught graphic designer, and I've done the course from graphic design specialization from CalArts. And I've been serving as the creative design director here at Penthara Technologies from 1.5 years. And it's all thanks to Jazz for giving me this opportunity. Thank you. And I have featured projects on World Brand Design Society, which is a prestigious design publication. And most of my activities, I think a few of the participants and audience have heard me rap at the kickoff call. But yeah, I'm a rapper. I dabble in music, writing, drama, and I've even done short films. And I'll be your event host today. So now coming to obviously Jazz, he's an Microsoft MVP. He has been for 5 years consecutively now. He's the founder and CEO of Penthara Technologies. He specializes in Microsoft 365, SharePoint architecture, IT strategy, line of business integration, and he has done his MBA from Schema Business School, France. He's an IT professional with almost 2 decades of experience in the industry, which is like, wow, I mean, it's a big number. And he has founded Penthara in 2013. He has co-founded another startup here in Punjab called, it's an education platform called Skill Crafters since 2021 with Anish and Akhil. And his activities, well, he's a Star Trek geek. He's a massive Star Trek fan. He believes in mentorship and learning, and he truly looks forward to always giving back to the society. So he always dabbles in social responsibility. So yeah, Jazz, I'll let you handle the rest of the introduction about Penthara Technologies. So yeah, I'll be handling the PPT, so you can just let me know when I have to shift the slides. So yeah, please go on.
Yeah. So for us at Penthara Technologies, it's been an amazing journey in terms of, growing from a very small team to, Sanika previously said that I was unavailable. The biggest reason was I was busy in setting up our bigger office that we are moving to actually. So yeah, it's been an amazing couple of years in terms of growth and especially, growing while making friends and, making the Penthara family grow. It's been just really amazing and really grateful for Sanika also to be a part of our team and contribute in terms of her efforts. And you can see everything you see right now is being designed and done by her only. And all this event conference, there are other people in my team as well who have helped out a lot from the marketing side, Priya and Aman. So and Gurleen has also helped us a lot from the HR side. So it's a team effort at the end of the day. I couldn't have been here without my team in the first place. So yeah, and for me, running this company, it's a very small company as of now. We want to grow as big as possible, but the main motive is to understand, and our mission is to make sure that we deliver exceptional value to our clients and solve very challenging problems for them. I've been with customers for there've been multiple customers with us that have stayed for over a period of 6-7 years plus, and they really like our work. And so far we've been lucky enough to get really great customers as well from US mostly as of now. We did some consulting overseas for other customers based out of Australia and England, but now we are solely focused on the US territory as of now. We'll expand in Europe next, probably in the next expansion phase. But for now, it's been really great. And why an IT company, why a Microsoft partner, why are we interested in design? Because whatever products and services or customizations that we build for our customers, we believe that design aspect is a very big aspect of any solution that you deliver at the end of the day. Because when a user interacts with a piece of software, however way you want to make them feel in terms of how they're interacting with it and working with it, that makes a big difference in terms of how your customizations or your software is perceived by them as well, right? So UI, UX, and overall designing aspects for our branding, everything, it's important for us. So without branding, whether you are an IT company or not, you literally cannot deliver any good project at the end of
Yeah,
the day.
exactly.
So yeah, so that's been and Sonika has been a very good pillar for us in that aspect in terms of delivering
Thank you.
those aspects too. So yeah, I'm really excited to see so many participants. And yeah, hi Prerna, hi Anamika, I see Tarini, Sharon, Tanya. Awesome to see you guys here.
We have Arushi
So
as well. She has joined us early.
yeah,
Yeah.
nice, nice. And let's begin the conference. Over to you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jazz. Thank you so much that you were able to join in. Yeah, so a little bit about Penthara Technologies. Like Jazz has already said, we are a Microsoft Gold partner, and our mission, as you can see the statement over here, it's to create exceptional value and solve challenging problems using innovative technology solutions. So it doesn't only has to do with obviously IT. Technology is, as you know, today impacting all sectors of life. So yeah, that is our ultimate goal. We are headquartered in Mohali, India, but we also have a location in Delaware, USA. We are currently 12 plus members strong, and we are growing as we speak. Our team is growing as we speak. Like Jazz said, that we are just opening a new office, a bigger office. So yeah, we are looking forward to onboard many more amazing team members. And we have been in business since 2013. We have been founded in 2013. Partnerships, well, we are primarily a gold Microsoft partner, but we also have partnerships with many industry leaders, which is Cisco, BitTitan, AWS Partner Network, Velo, and as well as ShareGate. As Jazz mentioned, we have a global clientele, and our customer footprint is across the US, it's across India, United Kingdom, Singapore, Ireland, Australia, and we have served many multi-million dollar companies such as Seniors Health, Grayby, iHeartRadio, Evercore, Collaboris, Indian Polymer Industries, Warner Music Group, as well as Auction.com. And well, obviously, you can go on on our website and check out how many more clients we have served. It's www.penthara.com. So yeah, coming to the team, like Jess said, that growing a team that feels like family. We have made a lot of amazing memories over the past. As you can see, we go out for team dinners. We have Wednesday fun activities, and we are just a happy bunch that like to work and just laugh together and work together as well. So yeah, this is a happy team. And yeah, if you can see here, we also have customized, like you see the virtual background over here. We have custom virtual backgrounds for all of our internal like meetings and stuff. So yeah, that is another design aspect that we have not left out. It's another bonus for our team. Like it's something that we really enjoy. Coming to inspiring social change, like I said, our CEO is very much focused on giving back to the society and inspiring positive change in the society. So like it is our tagline, be good, do good. So it best sums up our outlook on driving social change. We have sponsored girl child education. We have sponsored education centers for girl child in collaboration with the Impact Foundation. We have also conducted a clothes donation drive to basically donate warm clothes during the harsh winters in 2021. So yeah, that is us. That is all about Penthara Technologies. Obviously, if you want to know more, you can go to our website, www.penthara.com, or any of our social media handles, and you can learn more about us over there. But today's topic is obviously the Design Smash conference, and it's going to be all about design. So as many of you might have seen the prior communications regarding the hackathon, I will just brief about the prizes that are there up for grabs for our finalists, for our winners, basically. So yeah, so we have top three prizes. So the first prize is going to be 15,000 cash prize. The second prize is going to be 10,000 cash prize, and the third prize 5,000 cash prize. These top 10 nominees will be featured as well as awarded physical certificates as well as branded goodies from Penthara Technologies. And what's more, like all participants, all people who have participated in the design hackathon, they will be getting digital certificates of participation. That's amazing. Then obviously this is something that we weren't going to reveal beforehand. So this is the surprise prize section, which our education sponsor, DesignBoat UI UX School, has sponsored. So yeah, I'll just reveal what it is right now. It is the Webflow workshop. I'm sure many people who are in the design industry already know about Webflow. Webflow is basically an amazing no-code solution, a CMS, to build really great looking dynamic websites that are both reliable, scalable, and require much less maintenance than WordPress. Our top three winners will be getting free entry for the online Webflow workshop conducted by DesignBoat. So they will be contacting you once we will be forwarding your details to them, and you will be getting access to that Webflow course, which will be conducted in February. So like I said, yes, we are proud to announce our education partner, DesignBoat UI UX School. So DesignBoat UI UX School provides international standard courses, both online as well as offline, conducted by highly experienced industry experts to basically turn a novice who is anyone like who's entering the industry just now, a student, can be a professional who is looking to switch their career into UI UX. So they provide courses for that online as well as offline modes. You can know more about them at www.designboardschool.in. Yeah. So obviously, I think we are good to go. Let me just check if we have Arushi. I think Arushi is there.
Hi, I'm here.
Hi, yeah, you're here, right? Yeah. Sorry, my screen is a bit messed up. Yeah, let me just pull this up. I think is Dhisti here? Let me check. Okay. We will be waiting for I think 2 more minutes and let Dhisti join in, as well as I think Arpita will be joining us shortly. So yeah, till then, guys, I hope you're excited to hear. I think we do have our basically participants who have participated in the hackathon, and they are now waiting for the results very, very eagerly. So yeah, hi Vidushi, hi Akash.
Hello.
Hi Vidushi, how are you doing today? Let's just we are just waiting for the 2 more panelists to arrive. So
Okay.
yeah. Anyways, I'll give a bit of background about what we are going to be discussing here with the panel. Obviously, Arushi is obviously aware about this, but basically, this whole event was about allowing somebody who's just getting into design, who's just starting a design career, and obviously now today we have for the conference we have audience who is experienced, but we wanted to focus on the people who are just getting into design. They can be professionals switching their career, or they're just students starting to look at the design as a career, and we wanted to do something for them. This whole hackathon was based on those grounds, and this whole event is going to be focused around that. So it's basically the panel discussion will be about navigating a career in design as a fresher. As a fresher, it can be really scary. Like, I mean, I remember when I was thinking about about switching career. Yeah, hi Nitin, you are a student. Yeah, exactly. It can be very scary at that time, especially if you're not from a traditional design background. Like this whole thing can seem really, really new. And if you don't have someone to guide you, like I had my sister, my elder sister, who was taking a traditional design education, so I didn't have to like I had someone to guide me, obviously. But there are people who don't. So today, obviously, we have our design experts who is, oh, hi, that's my sister over there. Hi, Dee.
Hi, Sanika. Good seeing you handling this very well.
Yeah, thank you. She's joining us from Mumbai. I'm basically from Mumbai, but I'm here for the event as well as for our new office inauguration. But she's joining us from Mumbai. So hi.
Hi.
Okay, you can go now. No, just kidding. But yeah, Arushi, I hope you are excited for this event, and I hope
Very.
very right. Yeah. Um, how's it going at NH1? I heard that it was really, very, very hectic for you. Oh, wow, nice. You're looking
Yeah,
nice.
from our studio.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing. So, so you are at the studio right now?
Yeah, yeah. They've all like relegated one room to me and they're like, do your stuff there. We'll all work outside.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Being
Work keeps
playful.
going on.
Yeah, work keeps going on. I know, I know. I try to get in touch with you and you're always busy.
See, but I made time, no?
Yeah, you made time.
Yeah.
You're the earliest one, yeah. So yeah. But no, it was amazing. I hope you liked seeing the participants' entries.
A lot actually. I have quite a few notes and it was nice to see people being so proactive and enthusiastic.
Yeah, exactly. Hi guys, this is Arushi. I'll just introduce her for a bit. This is Arushi from NH1 Design. She's the design director at NH1 Design. NH1 Design is one of the most award-winning design studios in India. Their founder Neha Tulsian was even on the basically the jury panel of design of Penta Awards in 2022, which is one of the most famous global award platform for design. And so I'm really happy to have Arushi, who has worked extensively across studios in Delhi as well as Mumbai, join us. So before we begin, can we just have some questions dropping in? Okay, you are new to this, Nitin. Do you have any question for Arushi? Till we wait for Arpita and Dhisti to join in. I have a question. What are the things should be followed as a fresher? Okay, Arushi, can you just answer that? Uh, what do you
Uh,
think? Yeah, as a fresher, okay, Nitin, are you from a design background or a non-design background? That's where we should start, I guess. Okay, design background. Okay, so
Where
yeah,
is
Arushi,
Nitin answering these? I can't see.
it's in the chat. Can you see the
Oh,
toolbar?
okay,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, I got it. Hmm. If you're from a design background, things are a bit easier for you. You do know what basic categories of
yeah,
design there are and the kind of scope there is in the world. I'm not saying it's an easy decision, but it does make it more streamlined.
yeah,
We can discuss it a bit more. I would love to discuss it with the other panelists as well.
yeah. Sure,
Or do
sure.
you want to just jump into it? Whatever you say, Sanika.
You can jump into it because I think we are getting in touch with Dhisti and Arpita. Okay, he's feeling worried about UI part. Okay, that is not, I think,
I think
Arushi's,
Sanika
yeah,
can give you better advice on that.
yeah, Arushi is a branding person. You feel worried about the UI part. Well, I think anything that you can start is just take okay, you are already doing course. So I would say just look at the designs that are already there. Like I think even Arushi has shared some links with our participants. I will share that with our audience later on. But basically we can what you can do is just look at the designs which are already made by accomplished designers, and then try to replicate that and try to see what kind of principles design. You have to be really strong on the design principles, because you can't just design something that looks good. It has to be functional as well. So whatever elements or components you're putting on a screen, they have to have some sense, some logic as to why you're putting it there. So that's where UX comes. So UI part is good, but you need to, as a designer, if you want to grow in your career, you need to know about the UX part as well, which is the basically the strategy behind, or the flow, user flows, etc., behind the actual dashboards, or any front end part which you're designing. So you can go to YouTube. I mean, there is amazing resources available. You have uxdesign.cc. There are amazing sites which obviously we can share at the end of this conference with you. If you're feeling overwhelmed with that, you can also connect with me on LinkedIn later on. You can just type in Sanika Sana. You can just send me a connection request right now. It's SANIKA and I will share all of the links which I have for UX design with you, UI UX design, so that you can tackle that problem, or if you're feeling worried, you can tackle it better. Okay, hi Arpita. Good to have you join in.
Hello, how you doing?
Hi. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Arushi, Arpita won't be able to turn on a video. Like I said, somebody in a family has just died. My condolences, Arpita. Thank you for joining us even due to this. We are extremely sorry for your loss.
No worries, it's absolutely all right. I wouldn't want to miss this session at all.
Yeah.
And also having like so many women on the panel, super
Love
Exactly. It's
that.
Arushi
very
was telling me
powerful.
that it's an all-women panel, and I was like, yeah, it wasn't something that I consciously did. It's just something that happened, and it's amazing.
What do we say? All the women are doing great these days.
Yeah. Organizing
uh,
and heading panels.
Yes, it was really lovely. I think that was one of the main reasons why I said, why when you came approached me, I was like, yes, for sure. Super
yeah,
exciting to see so many women together. Women in tech is it's very
yeah,
close to me. So yeah, it's really
yeah.
nice
It's
to see that.
empowering. It's amazing. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay, I think because Arpita is short on time, I think we will begin without Dhisti. I think Dhisti can join us as we go on. Is that fine with you both?
Yeah, sure, that works.
Okay. Sure. So yeah, guys, like I said, today's panel discussion is going to be about navigating career in design as a fresher. So I'll stop sharing my screen now, because I want to spotlight Arushi, me, and Arpita unfortunately cannot turn on her video. But yeah, I will be asking questions and we will go from there. So hi, Arpita. Oh, my bad. Just 1 second. I got to share again, because I forgot to introduce you guys. So yeah, basically the designs smash panelist is obviously Dhisti Desai, who might join us, who will be joining us a bit later. We have Arushi Kulkarni from NH1 Design, like I said, one of the most award-winning design studios in India. We have Arpita Dhir, who is ADP List, the biggest mentorship platform in global mentorship platform currently out there. So Dhisti is basically the founder and design director of Pineapple Design Studio. She is a published author by the age of 19. She has been designing products for about a decade now, and she has held senior positions at leading design agencies in India. And then she transitioned into founding her own UI UX studio called Pineapple Design Studio with her co-founder Rohan Parekh. You guys can connect with them on @pineapple.design, and you can see the LinkedIn, see her LinkedIn URL over here. Then coming to Arushi, she's the design director at NH1 Design. She has worked extensively with design studios in Delhi and Mumbai. She returned 5 years after her internship and graduation project with NH1 to join the team finally full time. Her projects span across real estate to healthcare. She has even had her opinion piece featured on Creative Gaga. The Instagram handle for NH1 Design is at the rate NH1 Design, and you can find Arushi's personal LinkedIn link over here. It's www.linkedin.com/in/Arushi Kulkarni. Coming to Arpita, she's the design lead at ADP List. I'm a fan of ADP List and have been following them for a while now, for over 1 year now, and it's amazing the stuff they do. She's the design lead at ADP List, the largest global mentorship platform out there. She loves problem solving and impacting people's life. She's a design mentor who has mentored 300 plus aspiring designers since 2020. And she has previously worked at Head Out, Ola, and Growth School. So she has a lot of experience under her belt as well. Her Instagram account for ADP List is at the rate join ADP List, and her personal LinkedIn is at the rate is www.linkedin.com/in Arpita dash Dhir, DHIR. So yeah, you guys can connect with our panelists over here. You can follow their organizations as well. So I'll just stop sharing and we'll get into it. So yeah, Arpita and Arushi, how are you guys doing today? I know Arpita, it's a tough time for you, but yeah, hi Arushi.
Hi.
Yeah. So can you please, like both Arpita and Arushi, can you just briefly describe like how did you get into design? Briefly explain your journey, like where your interest began in design and how did you end up here?
Sure. I think I'll just go ahead and get
Go for
started.
it. Go for it.
I just wanted to say, Sanika, thank you so much for this introduction. It was like super warm, and I love that. For everyone who is listening right now, all the participants, it would be great if you can just let me know on
Yeah,
the chat where you're from. I would love to know and interact with all of you more
yeah,
deeply right now. To answer your question, Sanika, I got started with design out of boredom. If I have to be very, very honest, I was just fresh out of school and I did not want to do engineering. Uh, so
yeah,
I
sure.
found so I found something which kept me going. I think initially it started off as a hobby, and soon it turned into a passion which I could not avoid. Like, I found myself spending a lot of time understanding the nuances of graphic design, and then eventually, once I learned about product, which was much later in my life because I did not have the right guidance. But when I
Yeah,
learned about product much later, I just realized how much I loved impacting people through design and finding a way to kind of connect with them and help them and achieve certain goals. I could not do that with graphic design, but I'm able to do that very,
yeah,
very actively with product design, and especially with a company like ADP List as well. So that's a
exactly.
little bit of how I got started. I got started as a graphic designer in college because I was doing electronics and communication engineering, and it wasn't fun. So yeah, that's a little about me.
Ye- Yeah, I can totally understand that because I'm the same. I'm from computer science. I'm interested in it, but it's not like it's I wanted to have more impact, like you said, and I thought that I found that design allowed me to do that as well. Yeah.
That's
So
amazing.
yeah, Arushi, please go on.
Mine is a stark contrast to both of yours because I always knew I wanted to do design, and it was only so long before I joined a design school.
Yeah,
Um, so even in preparation for it, I mean, I did have science in school, and my tuition teacher was heartbroken when I said, "Sir, I won't give AI triply. I'll be joining a design school." But it's something I always wanted to do. I started my design journey at MIT Pune, where I did 4.5 years. While I was there, I mean, of course, I learned a lot about design. I also made it a point to do internships. I feel like that is a really important uh, point that helped me reach this far, because I was able to explore so much before I even joined the workforce per se. Um, I did my first internship at Penguin, which is where I learned a lot about editorial design. I did my second internship at NH1, which is where our long relationship began. Um, it was just a 3 month internship, but because I learned so much already in that short stint, I decided to
Yeah.
go back for my 6 month internship, which was my graduation project. And
Nice.
yeah, it was amazing and I learned a ton. Right after that, right after design school, I decided, okay, let me freelance for a bit and figure out what my style is, what I want to do. So I started working on a bunch of freelance projects. And one of the first projects that I did actually turned into my first job. So that was my first job for which I had to relocate to Bombay. And it was a startup called Make It Work. And it was a brilliant experience again. And then I
Yeah.
ended up freelancing. I worked there for a bit, short stint again, but
Yeah.
right after that, I freelanced a lot, worked with lots of agencies in Bombay, including Chlorophyll. After which I joined ASTS Rubber Band, worked there in a senior position for a while. And then one cool thing about that place was that it was right inside Regal Cinema. So I got like the best experience of Bombay while I was working there. And then the pandemic happened, so like we all know. And yeah, moved back to Delhi during the pandemic. And the minute I moved back, I knew I had to reach out to Neha. And NH1 was just calling out to me.
Oh,
And the rest is
nice.
history. So it's been kind of full circle for me to start out as an intern and now I'm the design director
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. That's
So,
that's amazing
yeah,
journey. Yeah. That's
yeah,
that's nice. Congrats.
thanks.
Yeah, so that's amazing. Everybody sees that some people are from like traditional design background. My sister is also from traditional design background, and me and Arpita are from we have transitioned to design over time. So yeah, we come designers today come from all walks of life, from all backgrounds. We are not
Yeah,
from only design schools. So yeah, that's the amazing part, especially with the online mentorship as well as the resources that is available there currently. People can just transition their careers, and it's beautiful to see that. Yeah. So yeah, what do you think is the most challenging part, or it has been the challenging part about you growing your career in design? Has there been any particular roadblocks or any uh, particular challenges you have faced?
Well,
Oh, hi, Dhisti. Hi.
hi. Sorry for being late. It's just a
Not a problem, not a
crazy
problem. We
day.
knew you would get in. So yeah, we began without you. We just have started one question, but yeah,
No problem.
we'll let you set up. I think Arushi and Arpita can take this till then. So yeah, has there been any roadblock or any challenges you have faced while growing your career over here? Because we are all, you're all in leadership positions now. So yeah,
Sure. Arushi, should I just take that first as well?
go for it, Arpita.
Awesome. I think in terms of challenges, both graphic design and product design had their fair share. Like after having been in the industry for like 6 years with graphic design and another last 4 5 years with product design, I think one thing that I have realized is there are a lot of, like you mentioned earlier, there are a lot of designers that are coming out every day. People who are from, let who know that they want to do design versus who wake up one morning and decide to do
yeah,
this. Competition has become extremely, I would say, it's pretty hectic right now for people. I think as a mentor myself, I see a lot of my mentees struggling, and to stand out, there is a lot of knowledge out there, right? And that was one of the same problems that I faced when I was, because I'm a self-taught designer, there's a lot of things we had to learn and do on our own. And sometimes not having access to what is the right information, right? What is the right resource for me to understand where to go in life, or which job to take, or what kind of role to do, and what will help me become a better visual designer versus a better researcher versus a better team player versus a better leader. We don't even know about all these things and where to find this content. Yes, everything is out there, but finding it can be really, really difficult. And
Yeah.
also using that information to then stand out. You see 200 portfolios and you start thinking that there is a formula behind these portfolios, but it actually isn't a templated way to go about. It is everyone's looking for unique problem solving skills. So I feel
Yeah.
like that gap acts as a huge challenge. The sooner you can find, at least in product, I would say in
Hmm.
graphic, the industry plays a I would say, as a major challenge for me. That was one of my biggest problems with graphic design was no matter how much I wanted to work for the people, for the brand, for making an impact for that brand, I just didn't find myself being able to do that. I was getting overshadowed by my clients and overshadowed by my marketing peers and folks who listen to their heart more than their logic, right? So I would say that posed as a very big challenge for me in the graphic design industry was clients in general,
Yeah.
because the nature of the industry is like that. Designers are looked at like executioners in most places, right? So
Hey,
finding the right
wait,
team
wait, wait.
to turn.
As like representative of graphic design over here,
Yeah.
I would say I beg to differ. I mean, I'm sure
Like
there is a
I said,
collective
like I
sentiment.
mentioned, it's tough to find the culture fits which don't do this, right? Like
Yeah, yeah,
you don't have the
it's
right
very,
information to know who is going to exploit us versus who is not. That is, I
hmm,
think, the difference. I wouldn't say everyone does it. I would say it's a
Yeah.
hmm,
challenge of the industry itself because when
sure.
someone looks for a graphic designer for the first time, and
Hmm,
if they are also starting out from a traditional background and don't know anything about design, they will end up exploiting unknowingly. So, as a early designer, I faced a lot of challenge in
hmm,
shifting out these people that who is actually going to help me grow and who is actually going to make me do a lot of work which I may not grow with, right?
Yeah, I
So,
think it
hmm,
depends
hmm.
on the culture of the
yes,
workplace
so not
you,
knowing the
yeah.
difference between this culture is one of the biggest challenges
It's
personally
it's
that I have faced. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's difficult. I mean, I think Arushi has a different experience altogether, and I think even I have a very different experience altogether about graphic design because obviously I started here as a graphic designer, and then since I was the only one here, I handled all aspects of UI UX as well as
Yeah.
graphic. But yeah,
Hmm.
I think things have changed, and it also I'm not saying that it's completely what you're saying is completely invalid currently, Arpita, because obviously there are workplaces like that,
There's
and
quite a few toxic workplaces.
yeah,
And when
talks.
we're
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
Hmm.
exactly.
those
You have to
toxic
be really lucky to
workplaces
fall
are,
into a really great
yeah.
agency. Yeah, and a
Because a
really
lot of
great
my
team.
mentees as well,
Yeah,
I have noticed, it's just like not knowing, right, how to judge. Actually, it's on us. The challenge is not actually on them, it's mostly on us because we
yeah,
don't have the right information on how
yeah,
to
yeah,
judge them and how to know. Like, I think I took about a year or two to understand this entire idea of culture. Like, what
Hmm.
yeah,
exactly is culture? How does it play an important role? And since then, I could be careful. But yeah,
yeah,
initially it like huge challenge. Yes. And
yeah,
this I'm talking about 2013, 2014,
yeah, yeah.
not
It's
about the
just
last, yeah,
yeah, it's different now.
it's very different now.
Yeah, yeah. Arushi, go on, please.
Also, I guess with time and as people are understanding design a lot more, people in leadership positions especially, then
Yeah,
what you mentioned
yeah,
about exploitation, that's less likely to happen when your boss knows exactly how much time
yeah.
a task takes versus somebody that's just unaware. They'll just say, oh, it's just colors, why is it taking so long?
True,
Yeah.
Or it's
true,
just a
I
true.
have met
typeface,
most
why
of
do you need
those
That's
so
kind
true.
long
of
to
people.
select?
I have met a lot of those kind of people, unfortunately.
No, no, unfortunately, I think that's a global phenomenon, not just limited
Yeah.
to a field of design. So I do understand.
Yeah, Dhisti,
Um,
can you? Yeah, sorry, Arshi. Yeah, go on.
yeah, I'll just add one more thing. I think as designers, one big problem that we have starting out is making the right choice because there's so many different uh, variations to design, different fields. There's UI, UX,
Hmm.
branding, packaging, editorial. I mean, there's so many
Yeah, there are all
possibilities.
types of niche now. Yeah,
That and the second prong being that either you work for the client side or with a studio or an agency.
yeah,
So making those decisions right at the start of your career tends to shape it a lot better. Like having good experiences in one of them, or just knowing or streamlining what you're good at, finding your specialization, I think that's a big starting point for all designers.
Yeah. Dhisti, your pointers.
So I'm not a graphic designer. I'm more like a product designer, but I mean, I have suffered the same thing for 9 years where, like you meet various clients and bosses and everyone who have a very different understanding about design. And I think the
Why
one,
does everybody who goes into UX have such a bad relationship with graphic design?
It's just
I mean,
it's
I
just
have
a
done
fact.
branding, but I like functionality and like I
For sure.
enjoy that a lot more than explaining why this color works or doesn't work. And there's a
Plus
lot more to
quality
graphic actually. It's not only that. But what I realized is that it's trying to say this thing that um, I can't fit in, so I'm going to try to change the world, and then like it's going to be a better place for me. Instead, it's more like you need to change yourself so that the world is a better place for you. And in this case, what I've learned is that I customize each of my presentations or experience to each client that I work with. And instead of forcing a process down their throat, like it's easier to skip some things or to move around some things or make it more casual, so that us as designers don't suffer so much in trying to communicate what we want to. I mean, that if that person doesn't understand why you've chosen something, like you might as well counter question them and like understand their thought process and then give them what makes sense for them. And most people like this who like to give their opinion across, who aren't in the design industry, are more founder based people, like more where the company is based on what the founder thinks, feels, believes in, rather than the company who is being led by a founder and it is a larger vision, thought process, and it's about the people. So it's really about human nature and psychology and just decoding them to customize the way you present, and it
Yeah.
just becomes easier for you as a designer to get your work through.
I
Then
mean, I think your background in psychology obviously plays a role in that.
yeah. And observing everyone like for years and years together to like be able to be like, what, take a pause, let's just let them speak, let's hear them out what they're saying, and then like kind of moving around that fact.
Okay. Yeah, that's amazing. So yeah, I think
Just to
since we
add
are
on to
yeah,
what Drishti
sorry, Arpita, yeah.
Drishti just said, hi Drishti, I really resonated with what you just shared there. I think while I was talking about the challenges I faced in graphic design, I completely forgot about the product design part. And I think one of the biggest challenges that I faced that time, or I worked with, I would say, was understanding how to use my assumptions. Like earlier, my assumptions used to work against me. Now I work with them in order to kind of learn more, to kind of ask better questions, to kind of get deeper. But when aspiring product designers are getting started, we end up getting caught up in our assumptions and in the assumptive solutions that we do. Like Dishti very nicely mentioned, is that we observe much more in this field. So we keep quiet when required, we think when required. I think communication is something that everyone should work on when they are getting started, because in
Absolutely.
product design at least, because that is going to help you identify what are assumptions, what is actually a fact, how to take feedback better, how to take feedback without having to do it, right? Just because you're getting every feedback doesn't mean you have to do it. You have the maximum context as a designer. And like Dishti again nicely mentioned, functionality is something only the designer who is working on has the complete context about. So communication really helps us manage
Yeah,
these clients as well. So yeah, for sure.
that's amazing. Yeah, thank you for answering that, and it was beautifully put. Um, Yeah, and so since we're on the topic of people who have like transitioned from non-traditional backgrounds and people who are joining the industry from traditional design backgrounds, what do you think are the advantages in terms of like when you're hiring somebody? So what are the advantages or in general trends that you see in these portfolios or resumes which come from non-traditional backgrounds versus traditional backgrounds?
Um, just to quickly answer that question because I'm
Yeah.
recently hiring. Um, for product designers, I'm going to speak only for product designers because I didn't spend time hiring graphic designers,
Hmm.
not much. In
Yeah.
my time in Ola, a little bit, but not much. But product designers, even though they come out of design colleges, I somehow feel like if they are a fresher, they still feel like same amount of fresher as someone who is doing engineering and is self-learning. One thing that I do feel they have a better hold on is their visual design, how to do layouts, how to do presentation, translate visual design better, uh, be better at presentation and communication with other stakeholders. I think that is one thing which design school folks are totally a little advantageous. I wouldn't say they are way better. I would say
Yeah.
they are a little better. But in the end of the day, I feel like both of them, anyone who has less than 1 year of experience, right, no matter where they come from, the one thing that I generally am looking for is their problem solving skills, right? Which is regardless of which school they have gone to or are self taught. Because this is a personal thing. Like, if they feel like I want to power through and make a portfolio, both of them can do it, and both of them can make a pretty shit portfolio because they have just filled in whatever they wanted to fill in and
Yeah.
saw like that 5 step process that is there and copy paste it. But I would say the
Yeah.
person who really stands out is understands that there is a problem, solves
Hmm.
that problem, showcases that in their case study that this was my thought process, my rationale behind it. I would say that person will have the advantage regardless of their background, where they come from. I will hire them even if they don't have a degree, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Amazingly put.
This is
Yeah.
Arpita who's talking, right?
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Arpita
true.
I
from
can't see
ADP.
her, so okay.
Yeah, her video is off because of some family
Yeah, sorry, my
urgency. Yeah.
camera is off.
So Arpita, I feel like you're this long lost sister that I found today. You're saying exactly the same things that I'm thinking. So
Okay,
I very
Dhisti and I should catch coffee after this.
definitely, I think we're gonna have very fruitful conversations. But I agree with her. Like, I think my favorite term when it comes to hiring is that person will figure it out. Because
Hmm.
as simple as that sounds, like you need to figure it out. So even we like, I mean, I don't usually enjoy hiring a lot of designers who come from like 5 years of experience, 6 years of it
Hmm.
doesn't matter. It matters that they're really intelligent, they're smart, they can catch on, they can unlearn, and most importantly is that they can figure it out. And and what I mean by figure it out, you need to dig, you need to do your research, you need to really talk to the right people, you need to, you
Yeah.
have all
Self
these
starter.
resources.
Yeah. You want self starters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like and your company, see, as a founder, it's your job to build the resources, right? And like I feel like as the team members have the availability of the resources, they don't utilize that well enough, they won't grow. They will just be stuck in that same box that they're in. So we usually tend to see, like, a lot of, like, I mean, I was a self-starter designer, and when I started off, I didn't have any resources with me, and I would be so resourceful. I would figure it out because of the internet, because if I know somebody, ask them questions, attend meetups, whatever, like 100 things, and do it. And I got to this space without a degree at all. So I mean, I totally agree. Like, I don't think you need a degree, and especially please don't do these courses of UX UI design that are there. Like, UX UI is pure problem solving. And every day we utilize that skill set to solve our problems, whether it's in college, whether it's at home, whether it's with friends, whoever. And you just have to apply that same skill set that you have, a deduction that you do into the work that you take on. And that's the most important thing that matters, is really using your mind. So yeah, that's what I would agree with also.
I would build off what Dhishti and Arpita said. I mean, it's very similar for branding, graphic design as well. I mean, until there is a layering to your work where it's beyond just what looks nice, I think that's like a non-negotiable for us. Like, and we don't care either about how much education or whether you worked at 100 places. A kick-ass portfolio matters. I would also want to give like a personal anecdote if that's fine. Um, so
Yeah.
basically, one of my friends was going to a design conference and I really didn't want to go, but he was like, nahi, chal, come, it'll be fun, blah, blah. I was like, okay, fine, I'll join you. He took out like some visiting card and I was like, oh my God, you made one. And then I felt really bad. I was like, okay, maybe I should make one too. So in like half an hour, I was like, okay, I'm making this, I'm doing this. So I quickly made like a business card, okay. And then we went to the printer. The printer didn't have paper. So I went to a stationery nearby and they had like multicolor paper that was like
Mm,
a different color on both sides. And
yeah.
I was like, just print it on this, do a black and white print on this. And we took those cards. Now, at the event, I just spoke to a lot of people. I mean, that counts also, talking to people.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, and whoever I met, I was like, here's my business card. Like, there you go. I was like, I better make use of this. I printed one out, so I might as well. A few days later, I got a call. Turns out the studio that I didn't even know I was speaking to really liked my business card. And for that reason, they wanted me to come in for an interview.
Wow.
And I ended up getting the job. So
Wow.
sometimes I feel it like just going the unorthodox route also helps. I mean,
Yeah.
we're a design studio based out of Gurgaon. I mean, send us your resume on a wine label. We'd be more than happy. So yeah, just
No,
going that
that's
extra
amazing.
mile.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. I think the meetup which I attended, organized by Pineapple as well as Adipalist, it had a guy and he was distributing pamphlets of his design to everybody, and I was like, oh my God, like I'm a design leader and I'm not doing that, but
Was
this
it
student
happening
was
at the
just fresh out of
APPS meetup?
yeah.
Really? I didn't get any pamphlet. Oh, I need this pamphlet
Oh,
now.
it was in Mumbai though. It
Oh,
was
the
in
Mumbai
Mumbai.
meetup.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
the
Got
Mumbai meetup. Yeah.
it. I got FOMO, dude, in that moment. I was like, ADP list meetup. I didn't get a pamphlet.
So
Okay,
yeah,
got it.
that's exactly to the point you're saying, going the unorthodox way, and that perfectly brings me to my next question, because like the way you mentioned about standing out and going the unorthodox ways. So my next question was going to be like, how do the designers who are just going out and like the competition which Arpita mentioned is like it's just
If you
outrageous right
wanted to
now.
wake up
The
10,000
competition,
designers are there.
yeah. So how do you stand out as a fresher, and how do you like grab these opportunities apart from the obviously the business card or the pamphlet?
I
That was
I
one
After
route.
hearing about the business card, I want to make a business card, dude. Like
Go
that's
for it.
totally like that makes me give that, like retro vibe now because nobody uses business cards. I think
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
a very
people
good
thought I did.
Yeah, no, exactly, because nobody uses that.
yeah,
There are very few people who are actually giving it out.
stealing this idea, Arushi.
That's also kind of a
People thought
contrast.
I did letterpress or something. They were like, "Oh wow, you went to a printmaking workshop." I was like, "No, the printer at Powai didn't have paper." But sometimes you just stumble across like the most fun, innovative solution, and that just ends
Yeah,
up being it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, any pointers on how to stand out in
I
terms of
think I will
portfolio? Yeah.
quickly answer this and I have to bounce, so I'll just
Yeah,
quickly
yeah,
answer this one
yeah,
and leave. Yeah.
absolutely, sure.
I think one thing, I'll give a couple of things. One is rationale, like for product designers, why are you doing a step? To be honest, like to all the product designers out there as a recruiter, I know what processes and steps are taken in a UX process, right? I know all of it. I know every technique that could be there. I know that there are 200 different types of it to do, but I want to know why you used it, right? Because when you
Yeah,
want to cook a dish, you don't put everything that is available in your kitchen into the pan and make it, right? The same way,
yeah,
when you're creating a case study, I don't expect to see jargons just for the sake of the jargons being there, right? Don't tell me that I did a double diamond process So why?
Yeah.
Why did you do it? Like, what was the reason for going in this double diamond method, or for doing user personas, or for
Yep.
doing user research even? Like, sometimes if you have 3 days to solve a problem, why did you do user research? Like, what were the questions that
Yes.
you wanted to ask, right? So the why is very important for me personally as a recruiter. And if you are someone who has a portfolio website, then how you guide me through that website, right? Because when you are
Yeah.
designing a product, you are designing it keeping the end user in mind. When you're sending me a portfolio as a candidate, your portfolio is a product for me and I am the user. So
Yeah.
if you can help me navigate better, if you're a good UX designer, you will want to make sure that your portfolio is one, clear with the rationale, two, easy to navigate, and clear about where I should go, indicating me to go to a certain place, see what is a concept project, what is a real project, what kind of key milestones are there inside this project, and third, making your case study fast to read. Because I generally spend about 1 to 3 minutes on one portfolio, not more than that. That means I want you to grab my attention rather than me finding why you are a good candidate. It should be like you showing me with your content design, like the way you have made your. We are visual designers as well, product designers.
Yep.
So we have a lot of visual hierarchy. So, how do you play with that hierarchy to make sure I have read, like making a scannable case study? That's what catches my attention. So, these are the three things from me. And with that, I will take my leave and
Yeah.
I will let the lovely ladies answer the rest. But this
Sure. Sure.
slide into my DMs, dude.
We will.
Okay. Thank you
Awesome.
so much, Arpita, and yeah, please take care.
See you. See you, folks.
Yeah.
Thank
See
you
you.
so much for
Thank you.
having me here.
Yeah.
Bye
Thank you
bye.
so much, Arpita.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. It's just yeah. Well, that was amazing. I mean, anybody can Dhisti and Arushi add anything to it?
I think more than anything, it's about people that come up with good ideas because that's the crux of any storytelling. So, what we really look for is people that have good ideas.
Yeah.
Execution is secondary. I mean, of course, those skills matter, but ideas are everything.
Yeah, exactly. I think a
Yeah.
lot of times that the problem we have had with when hiring people at Penthara was that people would get stuck. I mean, they didn't know how to like execution part. Obviously, like you said, skills can be taught, but
Yeah.
your imagination and your creativity, it is something that is something of your own, and
Yeah.
that was exactly what we found that the people we were trying to hire would get stuck at. Yeah, Dristy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there are multiple factors that come into picture. So storytelling is very important, and I think that all of us
Hmm.
are tellers. I mean, when you have to gossip and when you have to tell your friend from the start to end what went down, and it was just something you could summarize in a line. No, you wanted to add that passion in that sentence. That
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
the idea is that every one of us can tell a story. We just need to dig deep into that story and figure out how we want to represent it.
yep.
But a very important part of everything, especially designing, is your processes also. So,
Hmm.
like, Arushi said this thing that, it's about, that execution that really
Yep.
matters, right? Because after a certain point of time, everything will be templatized. As designers, you can't
Yes, yes.
create brand new templates in every submission, and every client is different. So you're using a template,
Exactly.
right? Or your design systems, or
Yeah.
like other stuff. So the idea is that these things will always exist, but that the storytelling thing is that chutki that you want to put in that system, where you're like, hey, can I break
Hmm.
this, or can I do that, or like, there are 20 brands of purple color as their brand color, but when you add that purple with a little bit of neon green in it, it suddenly becomes something that you've never seen
Yep.
before, right? But
Yes.
it comes with experimentation, it comes with
Yeah.
story in how to, and storytelling is what it's selling, right? So
Yeah.
that's also very, very important skill set. Like, you have to really, really sell. Either you're selling yourself when you go for an interview, or
Yeah.
you're selling your
Yeah.
work to a client. That
Exactly.
happens, right? And that also
Yeah.
comes from the whole concept that how do I put this in a way that I can really sell it? That same purple and neon green you put in a white background is not sellable compared to how you would put it in a setup and sell it, right? With a button
Yeah.
or in graphic or in
Yep.
any way. So you have to mix your process, you have to mix storytelling, you have to put it in your templates and then get it out. But all of this also comes, this experience that people say, right? It comes when you failed so many times that then you're like, okay, now this time I won't, screw it up. Now this time I
Yeah.
got it. And then automatically that sets in. And I'm sure you also, Sanika, must be knowing that, Arushi, whoever has at
Yeah.
least 2-3 years of experience must be feeling that, you know what, like I think we all were the same when we were freshers. And then
Yeah.
Yeah.
they just became their own unique set of designers.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think we lost the question, but
Yeah, the
It's a
question was like how
discussion.
to stand out, but yeah,
yeah,
basically,
there you
please don't use too much neon in your portfolio. That to stand out.
go. That was
Please
just
use
an
it
example.
wisely. Yeah, that was just an example. But yeah, nicely put. Thank you so much. Well, in terms of like attitude, in terms of soft skills and characteristics, like you mentioned, Dhisti, it's about like self-starters or people who can figure it out. Are there any other particular aspects that you look at? What is your definition of a great designer?
Someone who can sell and someone who's very observant. Observation, like observing and listening, is a very underrated skill set, but it is a very good one to have, because I think every time any company that tries to hire any individual will be looking for this, but nobody ever says this out loud. Like
Yeah,
this is something I realized in my career later on, that oh my god, it's all about observing people and selling. And there's literally, you will learn how to design, you will learn the process, you will learn everything, but
yeah,
nobody's going to teach you how to sell, and nobody's going to teach you how to listen and convert that and read between the lines. Nobody. And it's only going to happen through experience, and that is what actually makes
Yeah.
older designers a little bit better experience than freshers. But then there are also a lot of freshers who are really good listeners, who can really convert what someone is saying and thinking, because they probably are doing that in their home every day. And that is a very, very important skill set to talk about and to kind of put it in your portfolio. And obviously when you do your presentation, that's the number one thing I think everyone judges. So
yeah,
I think those two things are very important in your portfolio, other than obviously your portfolio and your design and your processes and stuff.
yeah. Arushi, any specific soft skills or culture fit, or how do you choose a great designer for your team?
A few things that I do look for is someone with a positive attitude. I mean, the minute you leave that conversation feeling happy, refreshed, or energized, you know that this person is a good fit anyway.
Yeah,
Another thing is people that are honest. Like a lot of the time, people work in groups or like at studios, they have a huge team working on it. So being
yeah,
honest about what your role was in the project and how you
yeah,
contributed, that really shows a lot about the ethics of the person, which makes a good culture fit as well.
yeah. That's amazing.
Enthusiasm
So
and passion.
yeah, that's the most important part, to be passionate about it. Yeah. Um, as young designers, obviously, I think many of us fall into the trap of like making things look good. What is your advice on how people can start thinking about design thinking and not and solving a problem like we were talking about, rather than just aesthetics? Any pointers or any advice on that?
Yeah, I can go first. It's a
Yeah.
little tricky question. um, if okay, so
Because
very
especially in product design, there is just so many like card sorting and user personas and so many stuff to do. So people can get overwhelmed a lot of times. So yeah.
yeah, but that
So how do
doesn't
you choose?
really happen till you are in a larger firm or you have at least
Yeah,
4 to 5 designers dedicated in a team. So
yeah,
let me divide this into two parts. Okay, the
yeah,
first part is that if you're a fresher and you're trying to do design thinking, it's just you and the mirror doing it. Okay, like
Yeah.
there is procrastination.
yeah,
Deadline is here, and you're like, okay, let me try, and then you
yeah,
love it, you deliver it. So for a fresher, design thinking is a lot of explorations and not versions. Okay, I think that's something that happens very common, is that we get so boxed into our design that we like, that we're trying to just constantly improve it. We don't try a different exploration of it, right? We need a different ideation in a way. So let's say that, if you're hitting a food app, a food delivery app, first of all, you're bombarded with anyways that already exists. And as a fresher, let's say that you start with that, okay, obviously I have my checkout, I'll have my coupon code, I'll have all of this, right?
Yeah.
Then you would need to move out of that box and try something else. Maybe, realize that how do I add one unique feature in this that nobody's done before, and
Yeah.
then you try, how do I change the way restaurants are looked at or scrolled at or seen at, right? And now at all of these different points, what is happening is that you're trying to solve different problems, or you could be or the same problem in different ways, but not the same problem as versions. Don't do a V1, V2, V3 when you're ideating. Do like a
Yeah.
idea 1, idea 2, idea 3. And
Yep.
then when you like something in particular, you go in that idea and do a V1, V2, V3 in it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this never happens when you're a fresher. Because,
This is very design school that you get one idea and keep refining it constantly.
yeah,
Oh.
you're trying to be a perfectionist from day one.
Yeah.
Once I get my perfect idea, then I will make history.
Yeah.
It's not that. All of us
Yeah.
start with a crappy idea. It's just that
Yeah.
how many crappy ideas can you come up with? So that is one
I
for.
think there is some kind of like a psychological concept to that, whenever you have to switch your context or to a new idea, you have a lot of bad ideas at first, and then you flush them out by iterating, and then you get to the actual gold ones. Yeah.
Exactly. But you should never do that. You should put all your bad ideas across, because sometimes there's gold
Yeah.
in those bad ideas only itself, right? That's
Yeah.
actually a way of the brain to process information when it's mental and it gets skipped out, compared to when it's on paper and actually gets registered. So
Yeah.
that's the difference for a solo designer or a freelancer or a fresher, right? In a little bit bigger area where there are 4 or 5 people working on a particular project, I think I believe that we shouldn't allocate work. We should let people, every single person in that room, do that same thing, come back and discuss. And you'll be surprised how all 5 people have a different thought process on that. And then you can actually draw from each other and do a teamwork to deliver that
Yeah.
concept or idea that comes out. So that's the actual brainstorming process that happens. And a lot of times you get these client deadlines and you're under so much pressure that you skip this process because it's the easiest process to skip out of everything, right?
Exactly.
But I think even if you can give it 2 hours, if not a day or something, you should do
Mm.
it, because that's the only way
Yes.
you will start doing a filtration process. And
Yeah.
like a gathering and then filtration process, and not a pre-filtration process. So design
Yeah.
thinking is talking it out loud, discussing it, figuring it out, trying different things, not getting stuck in one place. And there's a lot more, but I mean, this is
Yeah.
just one or two of these things that can really help.
Yeah. That was amazing. Yeah, Arushi, please add on.
Yeah, adding to that, I would say aesthetics are a part of design, but not all of it. It's
Yeah.
really important. I mean, there's a very popular line, form follows function. So design has to be
Yeah.
functional first for it to actually work. Otherwise, it's just a piece of art. And I think a lot of the time we forget that design is also a business tool. So even if you're doing a branding project, there needs to be something that helps the client from it or helps them gain business traction, anything.
Exactly.
There needs to be a result of it.
Yeah, some kind of measure to some kind of aspects to measure the success.
Exactly.
Absolutely, because otherwise it's very subjective, and it always goes back to the client or what client likes. Yeah, exactly. That's amazing. So coming, like we are almost like 15 minutes out, so I'll just ask 2 more questions. A lot of hype is going on about the AI tools in design and what's going to be the future of design. I mean, you must have seen the Midjourney posts all over LinkedIn, Instagram, etc. So, what do you feel is like with the rise of Midjourney and other AI tools? What do you think the future of design is going to look like for us?
Okay.
It's
I'm so
loaded question,
tired
I
on
know.
this subject. No, because I just gave a workshop in Jai Hind College just last week on this, and like it was filled with Gen Zs and with really young people, and everyone was like, "Yeah, so are we going to be out of jobs with the AI by the time we apply for jobs the way AI is heading?" And
Yeah.
I mean, and this is a discussion that we had at Pineapple also with the whole team as one session. And I think the most beautiful that thing came out of this conversation was the fact that, see, AI is, according to us at least, is not a replacement idea. It is more of an assistant idea, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like trying to say that yeah, we had a life without the internet, and then when the internet came, we got overtaken by it. But the internet has helped us grow faster, develop faster, evolve faster, get to a point faster, right? Like today, why are there so many designers? Everyone doesn't do a course, right? It's because of the content online that's there that can get you there. It could have been looked at a disruptive perspective, but it got utilized really smartly. And we use GDP chat, we use like different softwares that are there to advance the kind of output that we want to give. And
Yeah.
there's always a little bit of a human factor that comes in, right? Like the idea is that each person, each individual has their own style, their own thought process, their own vision for certain things, and that's always going to add to a lot more than what AI can, however advanced AI gets. And if it gets advanced, it will also open up new industries overall for us to work and tackle, and it will evolve in its own way. The idea that we
Yeah.
shouldn't be threatened by it, the idea is that we should understand it as much
Yeah.
as possible. The more we understand it, the more we leverage it, the more smarter we'll get using it with it, instead of always
Yeah.
will it take our jobs. So
Yeah.
thought process.
Exactly. Totally resonate with that. Arushi, do you want to add something?
Yeah, I completely agree. I feel like these are just tools for image making, but they can't replace a person and their thoughts. So
Yeah, exactly. I
also,
think, yeah, go on.
no, go on.
No, I was just saying that most people are then going to be creative directors rather than designers
It's
after
a
these,
slightly
because
more nuanced conversation
yeah,
as well. Like it's not so
yeah,
binary that oh, you can make it, you can't make it. There's so much thought and execution that goes into it apart from just coming up with a replica of something. So recently we worked on this branding project for for a fashion brand, and they
yeah,
had a line of shoes as well. So for the packaging, we decided, because it was inspired from Spain
yeah,
and Spanish design and art, we thought, okay, let's try Midjourney. So we put in prompts and we basically created these interesting images. You will see them soon for their packaging, using prompts of Picasso, art, and shoes. So we got very interesting forms and like very inspiring textures, layouts,
yeah,
everything. Um, but it did make us all at the studio think, okay, it took 15 seconds to replicate Picasso's art style. So
yeah,
that is something to think about for sure.
ex- yeah, exactly. Not just think about, like Dhisti said, we can leverage that, and I see all kinds of different, mishmash. I mean, you have different styles being mishmashed together. Then you have Nike and other, like especially the concept arts, concept art posts. I mean, that especially for 3D designers, it's going to be a really really great tool. So yeah,
Yeah.
I
amazing. I
think
think
Jessica Walsh or someone had said that if you just copy or look at one reference, you're plagiarizing. But if you
yep,
look at multiple,
yeah.
then you're taking inspiration and
I think
creating
Austin
something new.
Kleon says the same thing in Still Like an
Yeah.
Artist. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So yeah, guys, Still Like an Artist, please don't just look at one reference. Please look at a lot of reference and copy them all together and make your own something out of it. But yeah, I mean, it is one of the part of design process anyways, that you have to go and look out at what has been done before you start your own, because once you start with a blank canvas and a blank mind, it's going to be bad. It's going to be really bad unless you like flush out all the bad ideas. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think we have 10 more minutes. Do you have, I think a lot of we are getting a lot of questions from our our audience. Let me just look at, there is always fear of losing touch or getting rusty in certain aspects of design. Uh, as there are so many things to practice, how do you deal with that? How do you, yeah, that's a really good question. Like how do you keep on top of your skills even after, like maybe you're not so much involved in those aspects of design anymore as leaders?
Yeah, that's a very good question actually. And that's a question I asked myself after 6 years. I was like, okay, I'm now doing the same stuff. How do I do something differently? I think, lot of things are happening in the industry, right? Like you have to, like for example, when 3D came in like 2 years back, and like suddenly it was something that became a trend and became really interesting and new. There were two ways you could go about it. You could either say that no, this is a fad, it will go away, like how neomorphism
Yeah.
works and comes and goes. But either you can say that this is a fad that's there, or you can say that let me explore it, let me see what the world is trying to do to simplify this for me, right? And when you explore it, you learn a very different thing about art, direction, objects, materials, things like that, which you would have not done if you were in your regular system and space of doing it, right? Another simple example, I'm very used to working on Adobe XD for a really long time. I actually started working first on CorelDRAW long back, and then went to Photoshop, and then from Photoshop, that's when Adobe XD came, and then I went into Adobe XD, and then Figma came, and then everybody's on
Yeah.
Figma right now, and
Yeah.
then tomorrow there'll be something else, and day after there'll be something else. It'll keep going on, right?
Yeah.
Now, the older you get, the more reluctant you get of using new systems, because you work with a lot of speed with the system that you're used to, and if you have to, kind of shift, it breaks that speed. But what I learned is that when I experimented on Figma, there were so many more options, tools, etc., that kind of started making sense. And even though I would go back to Adobe XD, it opened my mind on way to creatively edit, explore, and work with different materials and things like that. Same thing 3D taught me. Like I had never given direction in my life about things like light and shadow and like these nodes and setups and 1 million
Yeah.
things. And by just getting into that space and understanding it, I can actually bring that thought process back into my product design and see that how do we advance the way we talk about things or present things and so on. So I think
Yeah.
we're blessed with an era where we can get all access to everything that exists, and it's just about that lazy factor or what that stops you from exploring. Like, and just spend some time exploring, appreciating, and getting into different spaces, so that you can come back to your space and suddenly you have a much more different perspective than you originally did. That's one thing
Yeah.
that really helps. And another thing is that meeting lots of new people and talking to them and really understanding how far the industry goes. Like, it's insane. Like, I met the HSBC's CIO in one of the events, and he was like a 65-year-old guy who was just saying that, yeah, in HSBC we did a branding stint and this, and he's like, I still till date don't understand how branding works, but he's like, I try to really decode it and stuff like that. And I was just sitting in opposite and be like, here goes another person in finance who has no idea what design is and is going to be like, why are these
Yeah.
charts so, does it make sense? And then he had come for a lecture for to explain stocks to a bunch of 16-year-olds, okay? And I still till day don't understand stocks that well. And he just opened his mouth and explained it in such a easy manner that I don't think I've heard anyone explain how
Oh.
stocks actually work, function, or how you can invest in them. And this is where the thought process comes, right? Like, everything, and you're not going to be open to understanding that somebody else knows something differently,
Yeah.
right? and
Exactly.
and that restricts you from exploring and growing in itself.
Yeah,
So
being open to different perspectives and different and understanding, basically being humble.
exactly,
Just because you
right.
know something doesn't mean that you know everything. Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of freshers and juniors also do that for leaders, but you'll find some leaders who just shut them down or just would be like, listen, you don't know anything, you don't have many years of experience. But they're bringing in a new perspective. They're bringing a new way to solve something, right? So the
Yeah.
more you open your mind and ears to that, the more you'll grow on your own. People grow people. So you just have to have,
Okay.
your thought process open.
That's amazing. Thank you, Dishti. I think I have one more question that is really nice.
Arushi,
No,
Yeah,
no,
no, I
that's
have an
what.
answer.
No, that's exactly why I'm giving you the second question, because we are short on time, and I don't think I can keep Dishti and Arushi too long. I mean, if you want 2 more hours, we can go on. I don't mind.
Designers love
Uh,
to talk about design.
Yeah, so I will let you have the next question, which is Arnab is saying that I worry about losing my originality and becoming dull. So how do you stay original, Arushi?
I'll answer that. Okay, so there's two parts to it. I think one is upskilling, of course, like keep up to date with what's happening in the industry, follow all the blogs, read about design. Don't just limit yourself to what people post on their Instagrams. Follow blogs, read articles. That's one part of it. The second part is that um, the goal for design is to be timeless. So if you could work hard enough and
Yeah,
like reach that point where you create something that actually helps a brand, I don't think you can put a deadline on it. Then, oh, okay, it only works for this year or the year after that.
yeah,
Another point is, I mean, there are some really beautiful pieces of design that have stood the test of time, like the I Love New
yeah,
York symbol.
yep,
Till date, like
yeah.
Milton Glaser made it years back, but it still stands the test of time.
Yeah, exactly. And well, about originality and becoming dull, well, definitely there's nothing original, like Christo says. It's always drawn from ideas of the past. So don't worry about losing your originality. It's just how you can, like Arushi said, upskill your level of basically mixing those ideas from the past, from the present, and coming up with new concepts. That's exactly what is going to keep you fresh and keep you going in the industry or just in your career for a long, long time. So yeah, I think Dhishti, somebody is asking, how did you come up with the name Pineapple for your company?
I know
I don't-
I put my link where they can see the reason why
Oh,
it's
okay, okay, yeah, yeah, that's nice.
so yeah.
Okay, so
But
yeah,
about
please,
adding to originality, just one point is
yeah,
that
sure, sure, sure.
originality is your personality. So the more you stay true to
Yeah,
yourself, the more original you will be. The more you try to be like somebody else, you will start losing your originality. So just stay true to yourself.
Yeah.
yeah.
Focus on consistency more than the word originality.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. So yeah, one more last question from I think Nitin. He was saying that he wants to create some projects to showcase in his portfolios. Does he need to find some real problems, or he can do, or is it better to do personal projects or dummy projects as well, and not a real world problem?
I think there are two ways to go about it. One is that you can do a dummy project. If you don't have a client or you're not freelancing, you don't find someone to work with, do a dummy project, but do user testing with real people like your friends and family. So pick a subject that you can test it out on so you get that experience of what it is to design for the real world. And second is work for free. If you want to get in a place that you really want to get in a place, do one free stint. You'll open up 20 doors because
Hmm.
there are people still in the industry who have 2 3 years of experience who work for free just to get a door opened. Like
Yeah.
I also joined beard design at a pay cut because I wanted to open up the door of possibilities for me when I was a younger designer. Money didn't matter to me, experience mattered to me. And that jumped me up a couple of years ahead than if I would have gone through the traditional route. And I mean, there's nothing better than working for free because you're actually learning a ton of stuff of reality during that phase.
Yeah, but you have to be really wise about it, Dhisti.
Yeah, not, yes, have some filters. And actually, even if you mess up, even if you work for free, you don't owe anybody anything. If you feel like it's frustrating and
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense, you can quit anytime, right?
yeah,
Just don't sign any contracts that gives away your life. But be wary of all that stuff. But there are there's a lot of good stuff that exists. You won't believe it. I'll give you a real life example. There's this
yeah,
girl from CX100 who's a researcher. When we were
yeah,
working on a Geo's project, we were looking for freelance researchers to work with us. And she basically was somebody who wanted to do a stint for Geo because when you do something for Geo or for Vodafone or for any of these companies, you open up a lot more doors because you're working for a well-known brand. And
yeah,
she approached us and she literally I told her that I would get back to her in a few days, and she was so eager to work, and she has 3 years of experience in research. She's worked on Amazon and different kind of projects. She was so eager that because it took me 3 days to respond to her, she messaged saying that I will work for free, but I want to work with Pineapple. Right now, that is
wow,
something that as a person, I did not let her work for free. Obviously,
yeah,
that's the moral ethic that you find in a
yeah,
company, right?
absolutely.
But the idea is that it shocked me so much that even though I was not sure about her, I took her in. And I was like, you know
Yeah.
what, I'll figure it out. You work for me because you really want to learn and do this. And she did
Yeah.
the entire stint for us, and she learned a ton of stuff by doing it. So that is what I'm talking about. Like,
Yeah.
you will open more doors. You just have to make the right judgments for it, but can really
Yes.
benefit you in a very large manner.
Yes. Yes.
And she got paid.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Any last additions, Arushi?
Yeah, I would add to that. I would say that if you are doing a fictional project, go for it, but try to solve a problem with it. Don't just make something visual. Like even when COVID happened, what we tried to do at the studio was to look at the brief that WHO had opened up for the world, saying design a poster. We said, okay, but
Yeah.
we design a poster, but how will it actually help businesses or companies? So what we did is we made it bilingual and we made a whole set. So starting from the entrance of any particular place to the exit, we try to cover every single touch point and create like a cohesive set of posters. And we kept space for maybe the logo or some
Yeah.
communication for the brand. So, and we made it open source so anybody could download it. And to this
Nice.
day, we
Nice.
still see it in like random shopping arcades somewhere. Someone from Nashik sent one recently. We're like, what? So, sometimes it's
Yeah.
that quick. Like, all you need to do is solve a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Be it so, yeah, I hope Nitin this answers your question. It can be a dummy project. You can, like Dhisti said, do a free stint, and hopefully they pay you for that as well. But even if not, you will gain a ton of experience. But please be wise about how you go about doing free stints. Do not just go anywhere. Please choose accordingly where you know that you are going to learn a ton. And absolutely, like Arushi said, sometimes it can be very easy applications. You just have to think about you have to just think, not make things more complex, just make things simple. And exactly, and even simple works amazing. So I hope that answers your question. So yeah, with that, we come to the conclusion of our panel discussion. We will now be going into the feedback session with our shortlisted candidates. So first, we will be announcing the top 10. We have already announced the top 10, but yeah, I will just once again announce them. And then obviously everybody is excited for, I think, who is going to be the top 5. We have just announced the top 10, but we have these scores from Dhisti, we have scores from Arushi, and we have scores from Arpita and me, obviously, and we have finalized our top 5. So these were our top 10 shortlisted participants. There are a lot of people who have participated in UI, UX, and graphic design. We have just 2 of them. I don't know why. Like, people, please don't have a problem with graphic design. Graphic is amazing. Please do more of that as well. But yeah, these are our top 10 shortlisted participants: Prerna Verma, Mishal, Tanya, Aniket, Fijan, Akash, Vidushi, Arnab, Kundan, and Indrani. I've connected with them during the hackathon, and they all were a delight. And they have, obviously, we have seen their designs, and they have been amazing in terms of designing their entries and submitting their ideas. In fact, even thinking about their solutions and hitting the brief, these guys have been absolutely amazing. So I hope everybody is excited for top 5. So these are our top 5. Congratulations to Prerna, Tanya, Fijan,
Oh my
Kundan,
God.
and Vidushi. Oh, was it Vidushi?
No, it's me, Tanya. Sorry, I
Oh, okay,
unmuted
Tanya.
myself.
Yeah. Please mind you, this is not in order. This is not in order of winners in any form or fashion. This is just the top 5 finalist announcements. It was a heavy competition, and it was quite. We were cutting it quite close, and but yeah, these guys have made it to the top 5. And we will now be giving you a chance to present it live to Arushi as well as Dhisti, and you will get to hear their feedback live. Please keep in mind that we have a time limit for your presentation. It is 5 minutes each, with 2 minutes for Q&A, 2 to 3 minutes for Q&A, as well as feedback. So please keep in mind the time limit. So I would now make you all a presenter so that you can present your screen. So let's go with Prerna first. Prerna, are you there on the call?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let me make you a presenter. Yeah, I think you should be able to share your screen now.
Yeah. Should I
Yeah.
switch on my camera as well?
Yeah, please do. Absolutely. We want to see you. Can you are you able to share your screen?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Nice. Yeah, we can see your screen.
I guess the camera is not working, so I'll just show my design.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
So this was the banner I designed after designing the UI, and for the presentation, the problem statement was to design a UI for the collaborators to track their tasks. And my process was to do the research and define the design, and then finalize the design. So for the research, I didn't have much time, so I took the help of the pre-existing competitors, that is Asana, Notion, To Do, and many more. But these were similar, and since I had used Notion, so I knew what its plus points were and what negatives it had. So these were the references. The problems which I thought with these designs had were they didn't have the chatting facilities. Like properly you can chat, and mainly you cannot talk directly to the assigning person, and home page is not defined properly for them. So I tried to solve these problems mainly in my UI.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then I took my pens out and I designed this on the paper first. That what I
Yeah.
actually want. So I designed welcome screen in 4 steps.
Yeah.
Then the admin dashboard, which is basically the home page. I made a little bit of changes while designing the UI. And
Yeah. Can you zoom in a bit?
yeah, is this fine?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Please.
Yeah. Uh, the all tasks screen, then the task details screen, the new task screen, and the menu. Then I went on for the colors, and for the colors I wanted to choose blue, but I was not able to convert the colors of the logo, and I found
Okay.
this color to be pretty, and it was in the shade of blue, so I used this color for the primary colors, and the secondary color was this. The text
Okay.
color I wanted to use were these.
Any
Then
particular
I
reason you use those colors?
no, actually I didn't wanted to use black. Somewhat I feel it's too black, so I use mainly 33333 shade. So
Okay.
that's why I didn't use pure black. Uh, And
Okay. Sure.
yeah, and I went on using the text to be poppins, and then I did the wireframing.
Yeah.
These are the wireframes.
Yeah. Yeah. You have done it.
Then I'll just quickly show the iteration.
Sure.
There were many iterations, but the main iteration I did was for these two screens. Firstly, I
Okay.
decided to give a banner for the
Yeah.
ongoing task, but then after combining all the screens, I didn't find it much pleasing, and I thought that there should be more designs. Status that should be shown, so I changed the UI for this. And for this as well, I thought that this calendar thing was too popping, so I tried to change these two in the final UI. These were
Okay.
the final UI designs. These are the welcoming screen,
Okay.
This is the login, sign up, and confirmation page for login.
Yeah.
This is the home page. So I gave the banner for showing the current, what is the most important task to do
And you
today.
change the color as well from yellow
Yeah,
to blue. Yeah.
yeah. As the orange was not going together with all the screens combined. So I changed the color as well. And in this progress task, I showed what are the ongoing tasks sorted according to their deadline times. And in the bottom section, I gave the shortcuts to home, task, notification, and chats. These are the most used shortcuts, so I kept this in mind. And for the calendar thing, I just changed it to the today's date, and rather than showing all the previous and upcoming dates. From here, it is the already sorted sections, and from here they can filter by their company, and this helps them to delete, duplicate, or edit the task. And when the user click on adding the task, they get these sections to add the task.
Okay, can you go to the left screen? Can you just zoom in? Okay, this is the task screen.
Yeah, this is the task screen, and this is the
okay,
home
this
screen.
admin dashboard. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Then I went on designing the task detail section. Task detail sections and new task details are pretty similar. So the changes here are when you click on it, the project name goes up there. Assigned person is shown here, deadline. These are the important documents attached which will be needed while designing, and the reference links. And this is the section where from clicking on the message you can directly message to the person who has assigned you the work. And this was the new task section. Similarly, for attaching file, I have given options like PNG, SVG, whatever file the user want to upload, they can upload.
Okay.
And this is tagging the assigning person so that they, this message link is connected to this assigning person.
Okay, any particular reason you have given those file formats over there in attached file?
Yeah, like I have used Notion for a while, and the problem is I have to always type which type of file I want to add, and then I have to upload. So I have given the shortcut option here so that I don't have to type every time I have to upload.
Okay.
And then this is the menu where I've shown the logo, the members setting, help, and logout section. And these were the references I took from Invato and Instagram pages.
Okay. Yeah.
And
okay, that's okay.
Yeah, and I have done the prototyping as well. So
okay,
I'll just quickly show you that. This for the sign up, and we go to home. This here we can see the tasks. The main thing I had to show was how to filter. So if they this gets sorted, and if I want to delete it, I can delete it from here. And if I want to add some task, I can add from here. And after creating the task, it gives the message that task is created successfully. That's it.
Okay, thank you so much, Prerna. Please keep on sharing your screen in case our Arushi or Dhisti want you to go to any screen. So yeah. Yeah, Arushi and Dhisti, please take this away. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna let Dhisti take a lead because she's
absolutely.
the pro at it.
Yeah, she's the UI UX one. Yeah.
I'll keep all the branding stuff for you.
yeah, done.
All right. So from a so there are different pieces in this. First of all, congratulations for making to the top
Yeah.
5.
Thank
It
you
was
so
one of
much.
really nice submissions that were there. So many people who submitted. Uh,
Thank you.
so I really like your thought process. You really took a step-by-step approach. You went and first. Can you zoom into like 1 to 9 ka process?
Yeah.
Uh,
Quick second. Yeah.
this one?
So I'm yeah, so I'm glad that you took this approach where you went through wireframing, you made a design system, a mini design system or a style guide that is there,
Yeah.
and then you kind of went through this is your ideation phase. So this is very important when you're actually designing or thinking, is because you're putting your thoughts across on paper, and then you're seeing what is making sense, not making sense, and judging the experience in depth. So that was really nice. Can you scroll to the right a little bit?
Yeah.
A little more, right? Yeah, to the iterations part. Yeah.
Wait.
So I'm glad that you did some explorations here. I think that's what really helped you reach to a particular point to create your communication a little bit better in design. I think overall, one change that I would really hope that you would make is that your typography sizes are extremely small, so they're not legible. Even you had to zoom in into the design to see what
Yeah.
you're looking.
Yeah.
So, whenever you're designing this, like you need to put it on your phone, like plug it into your phone and check it on your phone about the visibility factor. Second is
Figma
that,
has that feature. You can mirror it in your phone.
exactly.
From
So, whatever,
next time, I will surely do this.
yeah, because whatever medium you work on, you have to put that interface in that medium to test the design. Otherwise, when we make on our screens, right, we don't come to know the sizes until unless it's actually put in a much smaller screen in that place. So that's something that I think you can work on and kind of do better on. Again, there's a lot of things on colors and stuff, but I'm so sure Arushi will point that out. But it felt vibrant and interesting, and it didn't feel like very monotonous or like
Yeah.
one thing. Like it didn't feel monochromatic in nature. So I mean, that's just a little bit from my side. And yeah, other than that, it's. I mean, that's the reason you came into top 5. So
Thank you so
good job.
much.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, so should I jump into it?
Yeah.
Some
Yeah. Absolutely.
okay. Okay, so two things. Firstly, before I even jump into that, I would say your work was very clean and very functional. One of the really good entries here, so I was quite happy to see. Congratulations. Um,
Thank you.
Two things I would say. One is keep the target audience in mind when you're designing these. I mean, in the brief, it was clear that these are slightly older people. So, firstly, they're not that used to certain gestures or certain like particular sets of information, so it's difficult for them to even access certain things. So if you could just make it a little seamless for them, and obviously what Dhisti said, that the type sizing could go even higher than a regular app even that we use, because these people might actually struggle. I mean, I know a lot of people that actually
Yeah.
go to their phone settings and increase the type size
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
for WhatsApp or like the call log. So just those things if you could keep in mind.
Yeah.
Apart from that, in your color palette, I felt like even though it's like a very well-rounded color palette, some of the tones could match a little bit more. Like this aquamarine type blue that you've used, it's slightly on the duller side. So even those matching tones that you've used later in your cards, they could be slightly more pastel and slightly more towards a gray than
Yeah.
white. That's one more. And I would say, in terms of your referencing, if you could go beyond just like the basic Instagram or Pinterest, just look at a few more design blogs. I think you have a lot of raw talent, and it would just take you that extra mile. Check out Dribble, check out all these awards, go crazy with your
Yeah.
work, take more risks.
Yeah.
All the best.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'll keep a note of everything you guys told me. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Don't worry. We will be sending. We'll be uploading the recording on YouTube, so you can always see this. That's not a problem.
This feedback is for the world to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you,
Should I
Prerna, and
stop sharing now?
congratulations. Sorry.
Should I I stop sharing now?
Yeah, you can stop sharing. Thank you so much, Prerna. And yeah, once again, congratulations on being in the top 5.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think we can move on to the next entry. Tanya Goswami, are
Hi.
you there? Hi, Tanya. Congratulations on being in the top 5. How are you feeling?
Hi guys, hello.
Hi.
Amazing, thank you.
Wow, one face we got to see. This is really
Hey, you're the one
Yeah.
with the dog.
Yeah,
Very cute dog.
I'm like a dog mom after so many years. I wanted to have a pet since a kid. So that's
Okay,
my
yeah,
first.
Tanya. Please,
Okay,
please go on and share your screen and present your designs.
sure. Uh, is my screen visible?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Hi guys, thank you so much.
Hi.
Glad and thank you Sanika for like extending the deadline because I was struggling with some college work, so that really helped. Thank you so much for that.
Not a problem.
Yeah, so something about me. I'm Tanya Goswami. I'm a final year BTech ECE student. I previously worked with Siuk and Bosch. So yeah, something about my design philosophy. I often say that what I do is I tame technology for people. I focus on research a lot. And one thing so far I've learned from my mentors is like UX design is simply a good UX design is simply imitating real life mental models. So that's how I go by my design. And for this hackathon, I designed Taskify app. So we'll just skip it. So for the brief, I started by understanding what outsourcing actually is. Okay, so companies basically outsource to better focus on their core aspects. So they outsource small tasks here and there from the external providers. Soon as I was reading about outsourcing, I was introduced to the disadvantages. Two main were security threats, obviously, and another one was delay in the completion of project that usually happens because of mismatch in communication between the company and outsourced provider. So, which was our brief and our chosen problem statement as well. Coming to the design process, the brief was clear that we have to design for the internal admin team. So we were given with the data like it's a male female age between 30 to 55. They're not very tech savvy. So the inference that I draw from that my UI has to be minimal and intuitive. Also, don't lose the track. This point, by this I mean is there are a lot of task managing and project management apps which acts like a to-do list, but this brief has to be connecting the inside admin team and the outside providers. So I kept that
Yeah.
in my mind. Other than that, one key pointer I start, as I said, I'm very research focused. So I started with choosing a easy methodology that is proven effective to manage tasks, but also implies a mental model that induces higher task completion rate. So I studied three frameworks: Agile, Crystal, and Kanban framework. uh, I chose Kanban framework, a framework which focuses on visualizing the entire project on boards. So basically, what does it mean is if you will distribute, if you view your task in like three or five, in among three or five boards or text, then it will induce a higher collaboration rate and task completion rate. So now the question arises, but how did Kanban philosophy inspired my UI design and UX of Taskify? So I made three inferences out of it. First one was view a task under three, but not more than five status. So which will help in completion of your task faster and it's easy to track and manage. Another was one was concept of spaces, which I will elaborate later on. Just like three or five statuses, we can create different spaces to group similar tasks. And then since Kanban is an agile framework, and agile framework focuses on instant visibility with context. So I took this as an inspiration from my UI.
Okay. Tanya, can you go to your low fidelity and high fidelity prototypes?
Sure,
Yeah, we are currently short on time, so
sure,
three
sure, sure.
minutes. Yeah, please be mindful. You can also show your color palette if you want your design, your style guide.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So I started with not a very high-end design system, but I created a color palette, user flow of my app, and a consistent icon system. So I chose this muted purple as um, my primary color, and also I wanted to, though the people are not very tech savvy, I wanted to keep my design not so monotonic and playful. So I chose like 3 or 4 contrasting color for the badges. Okay, so this was my. I'll just show you the running prototype.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Just a second. Yeah, so you get started. First thing you notice is a insights panel, which will give a brief about total tasks in progress and overdue. Also will show you a completion rate. And then you'll have an overview of your overdue, in progress, and completed tasks. I've kept the overdue ones at the top so you can take the quick actions.
Yeah.
Then you have your all task screen, which again comes with some more filters like sort by and filter by according to your
Yeah.
company name or priority. Then you can actually delete a task with this slide micro interaction, and you also have icons to do it. Also, you can view the entire task details. So you have your contractor detail, name of the company, and you can quickly connect with them. Then this shows the progress, how much is completed based upon the subtask. Apart from then, yes, you have your navigation menu screen, and this I didn't include it in that time at the submission.
Okay. Can you just show me the hamburger menu screen? Menu screen.
Yeah.
These were supposed to be toggle menus. Favorite spaces.
Yeah, like you can on the future scope you can just customize
Okay.
your spaces that
Okay. Not a problem. It's okay.
so, and then we have this a simple UI to create your task. You can add your task name, company, choose a badge, status, due date. You can
Okay.
add members, subtasks, attachments, and then hit create.
Okay.
Yeah, so these are the 6 screens I created.
Okay. That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Now heading over to our jury. Please provide your feedback. Starting with Dhisti. Let's go with Dhisti. Yeah.
UX UI person. Okay.
We have a lot of work for you today.
Yeah. And I'm sick also, so I'm like
Oh my
surviving.
God.
Okay. So can you go to the homepage?
Like the first screen.
Yeah, the first screen. Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Just keep clicking ahead in this. Okay, yes. Okay, there's a homepage. All right. Okay, so congratulations again being the top 5. I think that this was for me a little bit overwhelming as a design overall. I mean, it's a good job for attempting something like this and figuring out a lot of the depth details and everything. Like you try to involve a lot of things inside of it, but again, like try to make sure the typography is slightly bigger. I felt like. Did you is purple color used as something everything is clickable in this?
No.
Okay, so that's important to do. Like whatever's clickable, like if purple is your primary color that you're using, then make sure that that's your clickable color, and that whenever it is anything that's like kind of highlight, when some users clicking on it, it shows that this is a clickable color that is there. You don't need to do that
Yeah.
from your primary navigation, but like if I had to think that this had a brand and stuff like that, and it has a purple color in it, then the first icon that you have should have purple in it, right? Another very important rule is labeling things. So like your bottom navigation is very difficult for users to remember. that, which is profile, what's my notification. Yes, you've used some common symbols, but like, for example, the first four symbols look like a menu symbol also. So it will be good if you would have labeled the symbol as, home, or whatever you would want to, or whatever makes sense for the user in this case. And a little bit more spacing also in your design overall. I think I like the fact that you thought about the future. It's like trying to think about a little bit more scalable design and thinking ahead, which is always a good idea, and it's something that clients also really like generally. And yeah, I mean, you obviously have to practice a lot more, but and make areas clickable. Like, for example, this dustbin and the flagging thing, right? Like, that's to delete a task, or to wish list a task, or save a task, right? um, Make sure that the area has like a 45 pixel
Yep.
space, because that's how much your thumb needs basically in order to click it. Otherwise I
Yeah.
could end up clicking both the buttons together,
Yes.
and it becomes really difficult for a user to do that.
Especially on the mobile. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you're using bright colors, make sure the contrasts are really high, otherwise it becomes very difficult to read also.
Yeah.
I don't want to discourage you giving you a lot of feedback, but
No. I appreciate feedback. Please go ahead.
yeah. But if you work on some of these basic stuff, right, like the thought process can come out even more in the design that you worked on. And some of the functions make sense. Some of the placements make a lot of sense, like your search and your filter by, and everything that's there. And I think your research actually made also a lot of sense, because you dived quite
Yeah.
deep into different sections. But when it
I was
came to
actually impressed that she had time to do all that
yeah,
research.
Yeah,
I
that
think
I lacked a bit in the UI part. That
yeah, exactly. I was blown away. Like, you researched 3 different frameworks, and you chose Canvan, and then even your Notion template was a Notion page, and all your research documentation were truly well done on that. Yeah,
yeah,
because I think she has understood the brief very well.
yeah.
I think if she just takes in your inputs, she'll be good. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you're more towards the research side of stuff than the UI side of stuff. So I think that kind of
Yeah.
stands out in your submission, which is why obviously you also come in the top 5. So, yeah.
Yeah, Arushi.
Tanya, good job on everything. I would just
Yeah.
say focus more on your UI as well. Don't let research take over, and then you intellectualize things so much that you don't have enough time to actually work on the
yes,
output as well. I thought the way you approached the project was very comprehensive and very
Yeah.
well done. I also think that you have a really good attitude. I feel like you're a very proactive person, so keep doing that, and take all the feedback and criticism in your stride, and definitely check out lots of design blogs and check out more UI examples. The minute you see more possibilities, it will just open up your mind more the next time you work on something.
Yeah,
Definitely.
like, what Arushi said, one very simple practice is that you take one UI screen, you trace that screen
Yeah.
edge by edge, square by square, everything, pixel by pixel, because then
Yeah.
only you understand the logic of spacing, minimalism, all of that. Forget plagiarism for right now. You're too young
Yeah.
to care about that, right? You might as well copy exactly what you see. It will train your mind to understand
Yeah.
how it functions, what need designs, how they work. That will really help you go a long way if you want to go into UI.
Yeah, but then you have to be honest about it. You cannot
Yeah,
you
you
can
can't be like, yeah, it's my
ये
design.
मैंने बनाया
ये
है.
मैंने खुद
You can't say
बनाया
that.
है.
Yeah.
It's just for
Oh,
practice. Like, how when you have to draw and you have to practice, it's like that.
Then some things become very intuitive, like you'll know what size to keep your icon,
yeah.
what size to keep a card, so you'll know basic things then.
It becomes quite subconscious. Then it doesn't have to be. You don't have to be actively thinking about it. Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Tanya. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we will have Fijan. Is Fijan over here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Please go on and share your screen. Please turn on your video if you can.
Just a minute.
Yeah. Hi, Fijan. Nice to meet
Hello.
you. Congratulations on being selected in the top 5.
Thank you.
Yeah. Please go on and share your screen and explain your design.
Is it visible?
Yeah, your screen is visible.
Let's first see how it started. Ensurigo, a global insurance company, around 2,000 employees, headquartered in United States, collaborate with external contractors to outsource tasks from their internal team. However, their current task tracking is done and in Excel sheet, and they now want a dedicated app to keep track of these tasks and their status. Now move to the problem statement.
Okay.
So Ensurigo,
I think,
the problem is
Fijan, I think you can skip this because I think the judges as well as the audience is now well acquainted with the problem statement. Please go to the next slide.
okay, sorry.
Yeah.
So the required features of this app is status of the tasks, ability to delete, add tasks, and filter for companies and industries. The target audience is Ensurigo internal admin team and age between 30 to 50s, and they are not very tech savvy.
Yeah.
Let's move the solution. So presenting Ensurigo task management application. I started with hand-on low fidelity wireframe. Then I moved to the i5 wireframe. After that, I came to the i5 UI design. Here, the splash screen and the welcome screen you can see.
Yeah.
After this, the admin dashboard. Here, the four main things: the completed tasks, ongoing tasks, today's tasks, and the company we are collaborating. Their tasks will be visible here, and the recent and urgent tasks will be visible here. In the navigation menu, there are three main features. That's home page, that means admin dashboard and all tasks section, and also a notification section here. After that, the all tasks we can sort out with date and month. Here, the completed and incompleted tasks. There is also a due date for the tasks and tax for the collaborated companies and the industries. Now move to the task details. In the details, you can see there is the task name.
Can you zoom in? Can you zoom into it?
Sorry, it's a prototype.
Okay.
So here you can see the task details, the description, and the attachments. Also, you can also change the date, due date, and members, tags. Also, there is CTA of delete tags.
Okay.
After that, there is add tags option. You can fill the details of the task as per required. That is name, description, documents, date, members, and companies which we are collaborating. After that, there is also a filter to filter the tasks by company, industry, and tags. Here is the user flow of this app.
Okay.
After that, I also have user design system in this.
Okay.
That's
okay. It. Okay. Can you share your Figma file for the?
Yeah,
this one. Yeah. Please be on this screen because then it will be easier for Dhisti and Arushi to provide feedback. Yeah.
Let Arushi go first. No.
Yeah, sure. Let's.
Okay. I would say I really feel like you have a strong sense of graphic design. I could see that the way you.
Arushi, your voice is breaking.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay. I was saying that I really like the sense of design that you have. You chose really interesting colors, which were all cohesive. Typography was good. There was a very good way that in which you did your hierarchies. All I felt is that this app is a little for a younger audience than someone who's in their late 30s, like in their 50s, basically 55 almost. But I felt like you had the most beautiful outcome. Like, according to me, I really loved the way you visually interpreted the brief. I'm not sure it works for the audience, but I'll give you a pass because it looks nice.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, I think to a certain extent you do have a UI design, not interface design yet, but you definitely
Yeah.
have a knack for UI design because when you use 3D objects and everything, also it felt like your visual thought process was stronger. But from a UX UI design perspective, I think you have to really work on your real estate spacings. So, like for example, your margins are too much, which reduces the amount of area that you can use. And if you're, saying completed, ongoing, collaborated today, you're using too much of that space. Like, almost like when a user comes in, the first thing they have to do is they have to complete their task, right? That's their main
Yeah.
goal. Instead, what is happening is that when a user comes in, they're just seeing what they've completed, what's ongoing, what's today, all of that. I would rather see more of my tasks than see my statistics on something that can be much smaller and slicker than so much. So just remember that use good real estate space. Other than that, I think some of your buttons didn't feel like a little bit confused between buttons and tags per se. Like if you're using the green gradient for your tags and let's say your blue as buttons or black as buttons, then make sure that everywhere that color is consistent for clicking or for that area that's there. Um, yeah, other than that, I
I
think
think even the toolbar, the navigation bar on the bottom, I think again the labels, and I think as Arushi said that it is much more befitting for a younger audience than the audience mentioned in the brief. So yeah, please take care of that.
yeah. Yeah, like if you see it looks more like a sports app than a task management app.
Yes, yeah.
So that really matters. But yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I could tell that you check out Dribble a lot and you're aware of what's happening in the design world. I would say the
Yeah.
opposite feedback for you that where, like what we told the others was to focus more on the UI. For you, it's the opposite. Let's focus
Yeah,
more on the framework because the UI you will manage. You're good at that.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That thank you so much, Fijan, for participating, and congratulations on being in top 5. I hope you can take this feedback in stride and work on that. You're obviously, as Arushi and Dhisti both said, that your visuals are you're a visual person. Your visuals are really nice. Please focus on the UX part more. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank
Yeah,
you.
sure. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah. Okay, I think next we have Kundan. So this is the graphic design person, Arushi.
Yay! Okay.
Kundan, are you there on this call? I think he's there.
Hey, good evening, ma'am.
Hi, good
Yeah, ma'am, I'm
evening.
here.
Yeah, please start.
Ma'am, you have to make me presenter, so I could
I
share the
have.
screen. Ma'am,
You
this
are a
is my other
presenter.
account. Okay, thank you.
Can you share your screen? Okay.
Is my screen visible now?
Yeah. No, not yet.
I don't know. What is going on? Windows.
Yeah. Just click on share, and you can either share your screen or you can share a window. It's better if you share your entire screen.
Actually, my share button is it is not enabled.
It is disabled.
I don't know
We
what
have
is
made
going
you a
on.
presenter.
Yeah, you made presenter,
Um.
but this blue button of share is not visible. I mean, not
Okay.
enabled.
Okay, then I will have Vidushi take over. Till then, I think my team will help you out. Okay. So yeah, Vidushi,
Okay.
please turn on your video and please share your screen. First of all, congratulations, Vidushi, as well on being in the top 5. Congratulations. Hi, you're on mute.
Hello. Can you hear me
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. First of all, hello.
Okay, just one second. I think Kundan has
I guess
Okay.
my
gotten.
I guess my
Sorry
screen is
for
visible.
that, Vidushi. I think we
I
will
was
let
really
Kundan.
nervous.
Okay, we'll let you calm down first.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, please, Kundan, go on. Yeah.
Okay, should I start now, ma'am?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So my task was to design brand event identity. And the company was CloudSafe 2X, and it is a cybersecurity company. So I first started with asking some questions to myself to get a better idea what I'm going to do further on. So these are just two questions which I added here, and after that I chose I note take some note. I took some note of keywords from the company, which is a cybersecurity company. Uh, Important keywords like technology and 2x double security, which means double security, and etc. and who will be their audience and their users. I took some keynotes or some keywords from there too. And next step was to think about the color and the fonts. So after that, I went to other websites like Pinterest, Dribble, and I selected these pictures to get inspirations. So after that, uh, I knew that now I want to go with the green and blue theme and
Yeah.
these kind of gradients
Yeah.
which you can see here in my mood board.
Yeah.
Uh, and So this kind of feel I want to in my project. And here
Okay.
is my color palette and font which I use here in my project. So green
Okay.
and blue.
I cannot.
Uh,
Okay. Yeah, I can see now. Yeah.
okay. There are reasons which why I use the green and blue, and this font enter. I use the green and blue because it is a security company, tech company, and
Yeah.
most of the tech company uses blue in their color branding and logo colors. The reason is because it represent trust and security, and
Yeah.
people will believe it, people will trust them. And green showcases presents growth, success, safety, these kind of things. And these two were body and background to for light background and dark content or texts. That's why okay, so this was my color palette. And
Yeah.
this is a font which is a modern and clean and free too. So that's why I used.
Yeah.
And here's the logo which I got from Brief to
Yeah.
use in my brand. I just did some little changes with color, which is actually even before it was blue and green, but I just increased the contrast a little bit and changed the shape in cloud. And I put here two, what do we say? Key mark,
Keyhole. Keyholes. Yeah.
yeah, keyhole 2 times because it is saying 2x double security, so it kind of
Okay.
makes sense to me. And here is my hero section of website.
Yeah.
So that was mockup, and here's the hero section. I used different two color of gradients, which is green and blue from the
Yeah.
brand color. And image I used black and white because there is so many different colors is going on. So I thought black would stand out more because everything is already gradient and so many colors. Uh,
Okay.
okay, and yeah, that's it. And other thing is, I use these 3D to stand out more the image.
Yeah.
Viewers, I can grab first image, then it will go from image to the heading, then subheading, then button. Uses I will draw like this.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Can you
uh,
scroll
and
down to your social media? Yeah.
and these are social media posts.
Yeah.
I use so many zero binary code in my I mean all of my posts because it is a cybersecurity company. So I
Okay.
use binary codes 0101, and these are social media posts and email letterhead. And there are
Okay.
two mockups of email letterhead, and again mockup. Yeah, that was all, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Arushi, please. We have been waiting
Okay.
for this.
Yeah. So I really like your mood board. I thought that could you go to the mood board once?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Scroll up to the mood board.
From start.
Yeah,
No,
just
till the mood board.
part where you've shown the mood board.
Your
Okay, mood board.
references. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this. So I liked your mood board, but the minute I saw it, I could sense that you already have a sight of how you want to execute this. Okay, which is not a bad thing sometimes, but sometimes it also limits you a little bit. Like, I feel like you have that raw capability here, but your mood board restricted you a little bit. So sometimes what we also do in branding tasks is that instead of taking inspiration from more companies or more references in the same industry, we get completely outside of it. So you could even take inspiration from a movie or a poster you saw or a packaging you see. So when you do that, what you come up with tends to set you apart from existing competitors. What you're doing right now is because you use the same color, same language, same typography,
Yeah.
there might be a tendency that will blend in versus stand out. So
Yeah.
that is my only feedback, really. Apart from that, can you go to the website and your posts?
Yeah. And new section.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
think Arushi, can you even provide feedback on the logo? On the logo he designed?
the two keyhole thing. Um,
Yeah.
were they supposed to also design the logo?
I mean, they could. It was open to them.
Okay. I like that you pushed yourself a little bit to explore this possibility. A lot of people didn't, so kudos to you for that. Um, I think designing a logo in itself is a task. So to combine it with this, you just gave yourself a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Um,
Especially in
this is
48 hours.
yeah,
Actually, I
this
use
is
so much time on logo.
okay. It's a slightly more visual approach, which tends to like because you try to do okay 2x and all of that. It's a nice starter, but I feel like you could get into a more interpretive zone. Like the cloud logo doesn't have to be an actual cloud as well. You can get into interpretations where maybe you're crafting something that has a gradient or doesn't have a defined shape because clouds are tend to float. So you can look at certain more deeper thoughts than the primary like visual cues that you have.
Exactly. And I think you don't have to be very descriptive about the, like, if you put two keyholes because there was 2x, that doesn't have to be
No, ma'am.
yeah.
No, go on, go, ma'am.
Yeah, no, that's it. Because currently the logo, like Arushi said, it could be more refined, obviously. Currently, for me, it just looked like more like something of an illustration than a logo that could stand out. So obviously, you don't have enough time to design a logo. That's why we were like, since this was a 48-hour challenge, that's why we provided the logo so that you don't have to get into it. But like, obviously, kudos to you that you thought about it and you tried to push yourself. But yeah, obviously, there's logo design is a whole other aspect that I think we can just sit and talk about for the whole day. But yeah, kudos to you on trying and pushing your
I mean, it was
boundaries.
just a temporary to, use in web branding. It wasn't.
Don't worry, we didn't judge
Yeah,
you.
don't.
We
Yeah,
touched the
we are just
language.
providing feedback. We are not scaring you. Not a problem. Okay, go on. Go on,
I
Arushi.
have a question for you. Go to your website. So why did you use squares like 3D cubes? Like, was there a
Yeah.
logic to it?
To be honest, there isn't any logic. I just used to make more appealing, or we could
Okay.
say grab attention of users.
So what you could do instead, like it's good that you thought of even using 3D at all. But because you've done research, you've tried to add binary and think about code, you could have even looked at, like, since you looked at keyholes and like that whole privacy aspect of it, you could even look at slightly like 3D tools in that zone versus just random shapes, or even your shapes, even if they're abstract, your logic and the way you execute them could convey a sense of ease. Like I honestly saw a lock, like because there was like a curve on top and like a shape
Yeah.
below it. I thought that was what you're trying to convey. That's why I asked you that question.
Okay.
Okay.
One more thing. Okay, I'm just going to be very quick.
Yeah.
In terms of your typography, try to add more typefaces in the work that you do. Like just because you have the one primary typeface for the logo, you can actually get into a completely contrasting typeface. Like if you've used a sans serif here, you could use a serif for your language to, that also gives a sense of trust as well. So it doesn't always have to be one family throughout the entire language, because that's very restrictive, and again it gets monotonous after a point.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Check out FontShare and Velvetine. They have free typefaces, since that's something you
Yeah.
mentioned. They have really good free typefaces, so check out all these resources. Even Google has a lot of really nice.
Font share, Google Fonts. Yeah.
And Velvetine Type Foundry, they also have a lot of free ones. And some of the good type foundries have free, like you can use their typefaces for free as long as you
For
don't use them for projects, live projects.
yeah, commercial,
So
not for
projects
commercial.
you
You can
use.
use for personal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kundan.
Okay,
And
thank
once
you,
again,
ma'am.
obviously, congratulations. I hope we didn't scare you too much. Obviously,
No, ma'am.
we didn't, but this was the only graphic design project, so me and Arushi literally jumped in.
I got too excited. I gave
Yeah,
all
exactly.
kinds of feedback.
I was like, look at her go. Graphic side of everything.
Ma'am, I'm
Yeah.
also learning UI design too.
Oh,
I'm going
okay.
to UI UX.
Okay. On
Okay,
to go
nice.
back to you then, Dhisti.
Okay,
See,
okay.
UI UX is by very different from graphic for sure. But like, okay,
Hmm.
for me, one thing that Arushi really, really specific mentioned, even in a brand, is there has to be a logical thought process in what you do, right?
Yeah,
Like everybody is going to put binary code when it comes to
yeah,
security because everyone has seen that 1 million times everywhere, right? If you have to make it really stand out, you have to do something different. And if you have to do something different, you have to tell a story, right? Like I think the reason why both of them felt like the cloud icon didn't make sense with the two keys is because it was too literal, right? But if you build a
yeah,
story around it, then you're not just stuck with the logo, because the logo is not the only form of format and branding. It has to be your entire vision for what you're trying to do. What is your one liner that you're trying to build, and then the entire story gets built on that. So if it is two times the, like for example, you're saying it's two times safer as a company, you can use that idea of two times safer and be like, 2x faster, 2x better. Like you could really play really well on that whole two times factor.
yeah. Because yeah, this is saying branding or graphic design is not just about the visuals; it is also about your messaging. So that's what I think this is trying to get at. The way you can use visuals as well in your messaging, like you could use 2x in a visual format, or in your messaging, you could have explored those aspects as well.
Yeah. And in the website, you have to use like really, like for example, the subtext that you've written is very too much, and nowadays
Yeah,
users don't read so much information.
especially for the header one. Yeah.
Correct. So it has to be something that's very strong and powerful and meaningful. Like seeing this guy like with the hands crossed smiling doesn't encourage anyone to register today. If you show like a map of India and you say that, here are like 20 places that have actually joined this our security webinar, you could be one, and that can actually help people feel a more personal touch to actually register for this webinar or the period or whatever, like whatever action plan you have to have. So it's very important to choose what visuals you have and why you're choosing them, because that's the first thing people will see more than even what you've written. So that's very important. Blue, again, I think Arushi like said everything, summarized everything. Blue and green, everybody does blue and green in
Yeah.
cybersecurity. Like it's so saturated, like it's like healthcare only uses blue like that. It's try to explore
And food only uses orange, red. Yeah. That's
exactly.
exactly yellow.
The new way of breaking our stuff is like, how do if you want to see if this is a brand that you want to keep conventional, then it's okay if you use conventional colors, but you need to add a little bit of twist inside of it
Yeah.
to make it different. Otherwise, it doesn't, that unique factor doesn't come out.
Exactly. That's why when we did the branding of Penthara, I didn't stick to, because we are an IT services company, I didn't just stick to blue. I added all these colors you see in the back. They are our brand colors. So it allows us the flexibility as well. On different applications. When we have cloud, we can use those kind of colors. When we have something related to design, we can use these purplish tones. So it keeps the brand fresh
Ma'am,
and
Accenture has a purple too. Accenture
yeah,
has a
I
purple
know.
color too.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But the usage is what matters,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
you keep
especially. Yeah.
the same
The way
color.
you use those colors and those elements, that's what I think Dhishti, and that's what we are trying to get at, that the colors can be similar, but the way you use them sets a different visual tone and visual identity for your brand. That's what we are trying to get. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया.
Yeah. You have a visual sense. Now you just have to
Yeah.
advance that sense. That is
Yeah.
the difference.
Yes.
Yeah, the minute you
Thank you.
put more ideas into your work, I think because you're there, you know how to execute things. So it's all about like pushing yourself. Like you can even like the 2x thing, you could have broken the grid into two
Hmm.
just for your social posts or like your layouts, or
Hmm.
your images could be like two tone. That could be a
Yeah.
thought as well. So just push yourself a little bit, you're almost there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, good. Okay, once again, congratulations, Kundan, and
Thank you,
thank you for
ma'am.
sharing. Thank you for participating. And yeah, I think
Stay
let's
with
have
graphic
Vidush.
design. Stay with graphic design.
Yeah, please stay with graphic design.
Okay. Okay.
Arushi triggered, like she just like went all like 2x, too quick,
Yeah.
like bomb ideas coming up.
Yeah, I think Vidushi, I hope you have calmed down now. I think we can have you over now.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hi,
Yeah.
Dhisti. Hi, Arushi.
Hi, hi.
So, hi, I'm Vidushi, and it's really nice. I'm still like freezing, nervous. I don't know why, because I was really confident at first, but then after you started giving feedbacks to all of them, I was just
Oh my
fidgeting that
God.
okay,
I
what
think
will
we are
happen?
scaring people now.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'll start presenting.
Yeah,
Uh,
please.
um, okay, can you see my screen now?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So I'll start my presentation. Okay. Oops. Sorry, wrong slide. So shall we begin? Okay. So now like everyone like has that feeling when you are like constantly spinning around the wheels at work, and no matter how much you put in your effort and how many times you have thought that by simply being a little bit more organized,
Yeah.
I could have achieved more in my tasks, and it's a really common feeling, right? So thinking about this reminds me of my one of my favorite quotes, that there's so much life to live, there's so little time to live. We somehow never feel content enough with our work, and keep thinking to ourselves like, if I did more, if I was more productive, it would be
Yeah.
so much better. We are so overwhelmed by our tasks and time that we forget to actually live.
Yeah,
Now,
Vidushi, I think we are also overwhelmed with time. So can you please?
yeah, sure. I'll just go through it. Like,
Yeah.
I'll tell you like the problem. So the biggest problem that we have, that we don't have a data to analyze our productivity, and being productive
Hmm.
is what every employee wants. They want to be proud of their contributions at work, so that they can spend more like remaining time in peace and being guilt free, of course. So similar is the case with in Shoigo, a global company with around 2,000 plus employees who use Excel to track their tasks and time. It was told in the brief. So Now, let's be real that spreadsheets aren't built to be used as a test spreadsheets. Yeah, we are talking about that. It's not built for tracking time, and they're great for storing data, but they don't offer project tracking and team collaboration features, of course, the deadline alerts and the notification. It doesn't help with assigning tasks to members or having a workflow structure that is need to stay organized and on top of our tasks. And it is all, of course, not user friendly. So in Surigo decided that they want an app to keep everything in track, and looking at a bigger picture, they wanted to have a task tracking app, but they really wanted that's not what they really wanted was a catalyst that promotes a work-life balance amongst its employees. So which leads to this, so that they have a concrete data of what are their progress and contributions and great success. So today I'll be presenting you my UI, of course. So the color palette I've chosen is turquoise. So the why I chose this because it's a calm, friendly, and cheerful color, radiating the tranquility of blue, the growth of the green, and the vitality of yellow. Turquoise also helps promote a clear thinking and relaxation, of course, and thus using it for the app, it helps providing being more organized and yeah, it made more sense to me. It also provides trust and reliability. So now I'll show you my screens. Okay, my lo-fi was pretty normal. Like I just sketched it out, like the screens. Uh, yeah, so this was my welcome screen, the login. I've kept it really simple, like according to the not tech savvy people. So they just have to go like add a project, then add the name to the project, add the tasks and everything. Like then you can add a task and yeah, then you can see. You can also filter it out. You can see all the projects. Then the dashboard is there. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Not many screens. So I'll continue with my prototype.
Yeah.
So okay, I'll make it a little full screen. Okay, so this was a welcome screen. After logging in, you'll see the screen. It's super easy. Like you have to just add your project. So just click on add project. You can name the project and you can also categorize it with the colors, and then you can save it. This is the color. That's why it's this radiant. Two more colors like this. It will be like this. Then if you want to like add
Vidushi, what was that? The different colors, what were they for? Different tasks?
Different tasks. Yeah, you can like choose colors. You can categorize it according to the colors also.
Okay.
So that was that, and then you can click on the new task, and you can add title, the company, the industries, the description, and start and end date for the deadlines, of course, and the status that it's in progress or it's done. Or then we can also add a label to it, like this task is urgent, for example, and so you have to do it first. Three more features I added that we can add persons to work on this. Then we can add the attachments for the references if we want, and we can also add the checklist for this task. We can save it. Then this will be the screen after we have added the tasks. This is the project, and these are the tasks. So if you want to delete it, we can just simply drag it and delete it. Then also we can filter it out by the companies and industries. That was in the brief, so I did that. Then I've added three more things like the task bar, the tasks, the progress, and the deadline.
God bless you, Dhisti. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
It's okay. The tasks are this thing, and in progress, in the progress section, you'll see what are the projects that are done or which are in progress, and in the deadlines it's just for the alerts and notifications, like these are the tasks you have to like these are the tasks that have the deadline in the next 7 days, or in the next month. You can categorize it accordingly. I didn't have the time to make it, so that's why I didn't make it.
Okay.
Then one more thing, that's an admin panel. So we can go in the admin panel, and there's a name, everything, the projects going on, total projects, the companies, the industries. And I've also given a progress bar to just see that what all companies, how much tasks are done by the for the company, and are they in time. Like, you can see it, if this is above this, it will be delayed. And you can also see the members, and if you click on a particular member, it will slide down, and it will show that what member is working on which companies. Then we can also see a graph by like there are 22 projects going on, and the 16 are completed, and going on are 6. You can log out, of course. I'll show you one more screen. This will be the screen, your first screen. Like, this is the project screen. Like, the projects are there, and if you click on this, you can go on the tasks. Like, you'll see different tasks that are inside this. And if you click on this, you can see the tasks. Like, you can edit it also. You can see all the descriptions there, the people working on it, the attachments, and everything. So yeah, this was
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Vidushi. Yeah, I think Dhisti, please.
Yeah.
Go on.
So I think this is a pretty good design. I
Mm.
think you are a good storyteller. You know, have this whole idea of taking someone through a very good mental model of understanding why this is an important application, and how your thought process comes through, and you humanized it, which is so important. So I really like that factor. I also think that you try to attempt quite modern, modules of UX, which was having the filter closer to the thumb instead of having it on top. So that was a smart move to make. Uh, I think there was a lot of white space, which I think you could work on. Like, it felt like it was too white, the whole application, and all the colors were just put in your graphs and dashboards. So that distinction would help not create that boredom when someone's going through the application. But again, it's not about doing colorful, bright stuff. Like, you were more age appropriate to the application than other submissions. So, I think a lot more thing. Can you zoom into the home page?
this
The
one.
like the first entry. Yeah. Uh, so in your onboarding, so it's okay. So if, for example, in your onboarding, if you use 3D assets, right? But then when you go into your application, it starts becoming more flat. That kind of creates a disconnect for the person who's experiencing the design, because either you have to carry forward the 3D one way or the other, or don't use 3D as just make it fancy, because it's a great escape, and now you get a lot of free tools like free 3D Figma files that are there, and it is really easy to use it. But then you have to carry forward that design in a lot more other places and not just have it in one section. So that would have been interesting to do. I like how you've done like this very I'm an organized freak. So I like the color code options, and there's like, all these labeling and naming and everything that you get to do. So that's nice. Yeah, can you go to the right? Yeah, I think you use a little bit of a traditional way of adding your forms. A lot more other participants had different ways of filling the forms. So it'd be good if you explore that thing. I think again you're more towards a UX than too much of a UI person, but that can add to your advantage because your UI is not bad. It's very clean and neat and minimal. But if just advancing it a little bit more will give it that extra factor that will bring you a little bit more ahead.
I
So
kept it like that because, like, it was for not too young people. That's why I was following the old trend. Like, the old people are like, okay, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this, and
yeah.
it's
Yeah, but what could be confusing is that you have a title and then you have an answering section, right? Like an input field and your title. So in this, it could be very confusing, because if it says add task title, you need to use UX writing that says enter task title. Now, if I enter task title, then where does my title go? Like, how do I know I'm putting in my title, my company name, etc.? So that the state might become difficult if you just have one line. as a space. Like you would rather, and now, I mean, obviously our moms, dads, and older audiences use emails. They use a lot of, they are the next gen, right? For digital era. So they are used to certain things. You can make it a little bit more explicit and explanatory for them.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my feedback.
Yeah, Arushi, please.
Nice work,
Go on.
Vidushi. I basically liked it. I like the fact that you went into a body of illustrations and not just the one illustration for your landing screen or splash screen. So that was nice. I also think that you have the capability to develop your visual style a bit more. I liked your choice of typeface as well. It was different from the rest, and I liked the contrast in the X height. So that was interesting. What you could also have done is like added like some subtext in all caps, like just some details that add to the like language altogether. That's my only feedback. I thought you were very organized, and I like that you pushed yourself to do some kind of storytelling instead of just running us through the screens and your process.
Yeah.
You seem like a really hardworking person, and that will take you far.
Yeah. Can you go to the left or to the, I think, splash screen? Yeah, I think the contrast here is off with the logo, Vidushi. In terms of the logo, yeah, maybe you could have taken care of that. Like you have some light blues. You could have tried to make it more contrast, basically in terms of the logo. And one more screen. I think you had some task details screen. Can you go to that?
This one?
Yeah, I think so. Can you zoom into that? Okay. Are there inconsistencies? Are there different typefaces over here? I think in terms of description or process invoices and the body text, are they same?
This one is different and everything is same.
Okay. So so you have different for
the date. Yeah.
okay, only for the dates. Okay, and the lorem ipsum below are the same.
Yeah, it's the same.
Okay, cool. For some reason, I just prefer a more cleaner. I think there is some
Yeah,
kind
I
of
think
like
even the style of numerals that she's chosen, I'm sure
yeah,
there's an alternate which is the same X height, like that doesn't go
yeah,
above or below the baseline. So that seems to be slightly more user friendly, especially
yeah.
considering the
That's
audience.
my only feedback. Otherwise, it
The,
was I
like
think
the number should be in one line. That's
yeah,
They should be on the same
same
baseline.
baseline.
okay. I'll keep that
Yeah.
in mind. That was really useful.
And don't use lorem ipsum text. Yeah, I tell this to
Yeah.
all the designers. यार इतना storytelling किया है और you don't know what to do.
And company 1, company 2, company 3. I think Prerna had that. Please don't do that. But otherwise, good job, Vidushi. Again, congratulations on being on top 5. Thank you so much for participating. I think we are short on time, and I would like to relieve Dhisti and Arushi soon. So I think we can get to the basic, the meaty part of this conference, which is the announcement of the winners. So I'll just start sharing my screen once again. Yeah. Can you guys see my screen? Okay, awesome. I would like everybody to turn on their videos, please, for this, because this is the final stretch. Awesome. Can everybody else too do that?
Ma'am, actually, I can't on video.
Okay, not a problem.
And electricity has gone here, so you
Oh my
won't
God.
see me.
Okay, not a problem. Then okay, we'll just go on with these with all of you. I hope that thank you so much, first of all, for joining in today. It's been a long hour. I think we are almost 3 hours into the conference, and this is a virtual event. So thank you for being here till now, especially on a Wednesday. I'm sure you must have had a tiring day in the morning, but yeah, thank you so much, and thank you so much to all the participants and who have participated heavily in the conference and have put out such amazing designs that we got to show to Dhisti, Arushi, and obviously had thanks to them as well as Arpita for joining in and sharing their insights and wisdom with us. So yeah, coming to the winner announcements, coming to the top 3 winners. Yeah, can we have some drum roll, please? I don't have a drum roll with me, but yeah. So
We can go with
let's
that.
yeah, we can go with claps. That's better. So yeah, 1, 2, 3. We'll start from third, second, first. So yeah, let's first see who's the third prize winner. It's Kundan. Congratulations, Kundan, on winning the third position. You
Thank
you
you,
were
ma'am.
brilliant. I loved your graphic design as per the feedback from Dhisti and Arushi. I think we put a bit more effort into yours feedback, but I hope we didn't scare you. But it just shows that you have so much to grow in terms of design and in terms of your thought process. But overall, great job, Kundan. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. I will.
How are you feeling now?
Feeling, ma'am, super, super great. It was my first hackathon, and
Yeah.
I won third place. It is a big deal to me. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm so
absolutely. I
super
think
glad.
a lot of participants were saying to me that this is their first hackathon, and it's actually an honor and a privilege for Penthara to be able to provide this platform for young designers who are looking to get into design and to provide this kind of experience, and especially with design experts, coming in and providing you feedback. That's something that we are truly honored to have been able to do.
Yeah,
So, yeah, congratulations
ma'am.
once again, Kundan.
Yeah, ma'am, thank you. I learned so much, ma'am, so much from this hackathon, like how to work in short time of period. I designed everything in just one day, even though I had time to 2 days of time. I wasted my first day thinking about how I'm gonna use how colors about everything.
Yeah.
Made everything in one day.
Yeah, no,
And
this was your first experience, and I'm sure you have a lot of learnings from it. So yeah,
yeah, I'm sure.
yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kundan. So yeah, coming to our second prize winner, it is Vidhushi. Congratulations, Vidhushi. We all said, amazing designs and amazing thought process. I think we just pointed out a few pointers for you, few feedback, and I hope that you work on it and you get better at design. And hopefully, we'll see you soon someday, either at Pineapple, NH1, or at Penthara.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
I would
Okay.
like to meet you like personally.
Yeah, absolutely. You're welcome to come and join Penthara anytime.
Actually,
Okay.
this and Arushi too, like when they were
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
yeah.
Okay. Nice. Thank you so much, Vitushi. Once again, congratulations on
Keep
winning the
in touch.
second prize. Yeah, please keep in touch.
Sure.
And the first prize goes to Tanya Goswami. Congratulations. Oh my God, that is one of the best reactions I've ever seen. Once again, congratulations, Tanya. I think yours, like I said, to get that much done in 48 hours, your research was extremely thorough. Your presentation was really nice. And obviously, we had very many pointers about your design, but I think you have the capabilities to grow a lot over there. So yeah.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations to all 3 winners. Anything that Dishti and Arushi would like to add?
I was just going through the Drishti pointed out that 45 pixels thing. My icons are really small, so I was just
Yeah.
reading all the blogs. How did I miss out that detail? And yeah, checking the prototype on my cell phone. I was like, कोई कैसे touch करेगा सही बात है. I'm literally doing that. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm beyond grateful
Nice.
for Penthara. Like, I got feedback from Drishti and Arushi. Amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's
Great
kind of the
job.
effect that
It was
Dhisti and
not
Arushi and Arpita have. I mean, I when I went to that meetup in Mumbai, I was same. I was in the same position as you were. So yeah, these are amazing designers, and to have been able to, learn from them, I think it's a great opportunity to all of you.
I
Yeah.
was literally listening to the feedback and I was designing this thanking post on LinkedIn to post. I wasn't expecting to be a winner. So my
Oh,
literally on the side it goes like being able in the top 10 within research capacity. But yeah,
no,
thank
no.
you so much.
Congratulations. Really, really well done. Yeah, Dhisti and Arushi, please, anything for our winners?
Congrats. It was really nice to see all your work. I feel like I have trust in the new generation now, having seen what all of you have done. And
Yeah,
keep up the good work and keep up the research and determination because that goes a long way. And I'm so glad, Sanika, you've done a really good job organizing it. And I'm glad I got to meet you guys, especially you, Dishti. We'll definitely keep in touch. And yeah, good luck to all of you. This is amazing.
thank you. Thank you so much, Arushi.
Yeah, same here. Like, I want Arpita's number, I want Arushi's number. For sure. These two are very talented designers that are there. Thank you so much for having me. This was also a great event. It was very detailed as an event overall. I think there was a lot to evaluate and go through.
Yeah,
And, I was really stressing out because I wanted to do a good job, and I'm doing that. But
yeah. I think you're not well, so truly
yeah.
sorry. Yeah, for that. But I
I
hope you
know the
get well.
stress of panelists going out when you have an event because of
Yeah.
that. For the others, I'm like powering through
Oh my
everything.
God.
Like,
Thank you so much.
for sure. And I think there are a lot of young talented designers out here. Congratulations to all the winners that are there. You're going to get a lot of crappy critical feedback from everybody that you meet in your life for the next 2 years. Just take everything in and apply it, then you'll be in a good space.
Ours wasn't crappy.
Uh-huh.
Ours wasn't crappy.
That's मतलब वो तो part of designer life.
One thing I noticed, Drishti and Arushi were like balancing each other. जैसे कुछ ज़्यादा critical हो रहा था next
Good cop,
and
bad cop.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, like I'm not going to overpower her, and she's also like, you know what, you say,
Yeah.
We got
we
this.
read each
Because
other's
they
minds.
have, yeah, and they have like completely different fields, so
Yeah,
of specialization. So yeah, that's true.
yeah. So I mean, thank you so much, Anika. Great job, even you, like handling everything,
Thank
managing
you.
everybody, managing 50 plus participants who came on the on this invite today. So that's amazing. Congratulations to you and Pentara
Thank you.
also.
Thank you
And
so much.
yeah, that's it. Looking forward to
Okay.
the next.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Dishti, and thank you so much, Arushi, for joining in. I think we only have giveaway winners and feedback session left. If you guys, I think Dishti,
Yeah.
I wouldn't keep you for that.
Literally
Please.
everyone's left at my studio.
You're standing, Arushi? Are you
Yeah,
standing?
I'm using my
I'm
standing desk.
standing too. My legs are giving out.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to
Yeah,
buy
so
a standing table. We tired
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. We
of
have it in our new office, but currently we will be we'll be inaugurating it on Friday or possibly over this Friday. So currently I'm here, but hopefully in next event I'll be able to sit on that. Cool. But thank you so much for joining in, Dishti, and thank you so much, Arushi.
Thanks, guys.
Truly appreciate it. Please, guys, Dishti and Arushi's LinkedIn is in the chat. Please do connect with them. And yeah, if you have anything or any doubt or any feedback or any guidance you need, you can always reach out to them, or you can reach out to me, reach out to Arpita as well. So thank you so much,
Bye, guys.
Dishti and Arushi. Bye.
Bye.
So yeah, we have one more winner announcement left, which is the giveaway winner for our social media giveaway challenge, and that is Swapnil Masalkar. Masalkar, right? It is, am I pronouncing it right?
Yes, it's Masalkar.
Masalkar, okay. I'm Marathi too, I know.
Marathi.
But yeah, still, congratulations, Swapnil. I know you wanted to be a part of this hackathon, but unfortunately, we had a few
Yeah.
eligibility criteria, which unfortunately you couldn't fulfilling. But obviously, in future, if we have any such opportunity, any such hackathon, we will be reaching out to you actively. But thank you so much for showing interest in Penthara. Thank you so much for participating and sharing your participant ID. So just wanted to thank you so much. And yeah, for the giveaway winners, we have Wacom One graphics tablet, CTL 472 graphics pen tablet, 6-inch cross 3.5-inch, and as well as some branded Penthara's branded goodies, which we will be giving out to you as well. So
Oh,
yeah, congratulations, Swapnil.
thank you, thank you. I'm so happy.
Yeah. For the winners, obviously they know the first prize winner gets 15,000, the second prize winner gets 10,000, the third prize winner gets 5,000, and apart from that, we have physical certificates as well as branded goodies going out to you. The DesignBoat will be giving you guys free tickets to their Webflow workshop, which I think is an awesome asset for you guys, especially since you're just getting out, hosting your own site and learning how to build, especially for Webflow, because it's such a great tool, no code platform. That is amazing. So it's total 15K worth, 5K each ticket, so they are sponsoring that for you guys, so congratulations for that. And we also basically have an internship opportunity for through this event. So our HR team will be reaching out to you regarding that as well. And obviously for the winners, prize winners, we will be shipping out these prizes to you. So we will be our team will be reaching out to you to get your address and to get your details and stuff. Okay, thank you so much for joining in, guys. It was amazing to have you all here. These are some screenshots from the event which we had, the kickoff event, the feedback call, and obviously Vidushi was the only one who sent me a BTS picture. Others were I don't know where you guys were when yeah, good job on that, Vidushi. But yeah, it was amazing, this total experience even for us as at Penthara. I would just like to thank I think, can you guys turn on your videos? I would like to thank Priya. I would like to thank Shriya. I would like to thank Gurleen. Nandit, I think, is not on the call because he has some client projects. I would like to thank Tarun, who again is busy, and Aman as well. Thank you so much, guys. Priya, Aman Sharma, Aman Bharadwaj, and everybody, Vamika as well, everybody who at Penthara who played such a big role in helping me out with the task, helping me as in I truly literally gave all of my tasks to these guys, and I was so busy with the designing, with handling the sponsors, etc., as well as the speakers, that these guys are the ones who actually are the foundation of this event. So thank you so much, guys. Once again, congratulations to all of you. Thanks, Ankur, for joining in. Thank you so much, everyone. It was amazing event, and it was one of, I think it was a really successful event, a really successful hackathon, our first hackathon, and I'm just so proud to be able to have done this with you. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, so now I think it's 3 hours 30 minutes into this call. It's been a heavy day of, I don't know, exciting events, presentations, insights. I think I will just let you all go home and just soak all of that in. And just, I think after 48 hours also, you were like this only. And even I'm tired now standing. So I think I'll just go down and lie somewhere. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for joining in. It was amazing to have you all over here. Please do connect with us. Please follow Penthara Technologies. Do connect with me on LinkedIn. And yeah, keep smashing and please keep designing. So, bye. See you guys.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah.